Springdale and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Archery deer season is here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows from Hoyt, PSC, Prime, Darton, Bear, and Elite Plus crossbows from 10 Point, Wicked Ridge, Barnett, and Killer Instinct, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow techs with years of experience are on site to get you dialed in and ready to hunt. Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging, your Xerox authorized dealer in the River Valley. Xerox is more than just a brand, it's your ultimate business partner. Whether you need high-speed printers, powerful copiers, or seamless cloud solutions, Xerox has the tools to keep your business running smoothly and efficiently. And right now, for a limited time, we're offering a free Xerox color printer with the lease or purchase of many Xerox models. To learn more, call us at 783-6600 or visit us at dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, your partner in business success.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be into the upper 60s to middle 70s. Later on tonight, mainly clear, low to mid 40s. Wednesday, right back to sunshine, a high near 75. And Thursday, blue sky and sunshine, a high Thursday in the middle to upper 70s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Lights video.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback? It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Good morning. Great to be with you today, and welcome into halftime at 11:01 in the morning. ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. We are live in Little Rock at Blue Ember Smokehouse today, West Little Rock on Rawling Road. Matt Jones with me here. You can see us on our video stream as well. Phil Elson, we've got Kristen Johnston in the studios, and you didn't even need to walk inside to smell what they've got going on here at Blue Ember Smokehouse today, Matt. It smells great. I'm told we should expect a heaping 2 piles of meat to be showing up in front of us at some point. And that I was not talking about you, by the way, when I said big heaping pile of meat.
Yeah, man, I'm at 238 right now, man. I'm at a good weight. Right, I was sitting out there and saw like 4 or 5 white guys walk in with bellies walk in just to get some food at 10:45, and you thought 10:45 is early, not when you've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, it's time to go eat, man. This is the spot to come.
Definitely, it'll tell you when the heavy people are walking in to the restaurant. With the moment it opens, too. 10:45 is when Blue Ember Smokehouse opens.
Yeah, they were,
and they had lined up at 10:30.
They knew they were sitting in the. Yeah, that's when you know the place is good right there.
Well, I'm sure we're going. The last time you and I sat together was at Mojo's Pints and Pies in Fayetteville on Friday, and I beat you 4-2 in slices of pizza. Though it took me the entire 3 hours to eat my 4 slices, it took you half a segment to eat your 2 slices.
That's true. I'm gonna have to try some type of potato and some type of the meats. That's for sure. I'm excited, man. You walk in here and the smells like. They should have this should be some type of cologne that you can just spray a little in your beard, you know?
How is it not somewhere?
I'm telling you.
You get a barbecue.
It's amazing.
You get a barbecue candle, you know, if If you're not in actually like cooking the meat yourself.
From anthropology, we call it cheesy feet.
We're going to have a lot of fun over these 3 hours, which we'll be joined by Bill King from Nashville Sports Radio at 1:15. Alyssa Orange, the host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, at the bottom of this hour, and Fisherman Clay Henry, our Hall of Fame sports writer, joining us at 12 noon for a couple of hours to kick around everything that's on our mind, which, of course, includes Arkansas versus Auburn, the coaching search, basically all around college football right now. That's the defining characteristic of this college football season at the moment. And also that the upstarts are legit. When you're looking at Indiana and Vanderbilt, I'd say those are the driving stories right now in college football. And, oh, by the way, Ohio State looks like they very well may defend their national championship successfully. But then there's a Game 7 last night, Matt. Was that a great game or what? Really well played, both sides. The Stars came out and shined, but, oh, my gosh, I'm just heartbroken for the Seattle fans and for those players. And George Springer has his big moment. It's not like Toronto's been in the World Series anytime recently, because the last time they were there, I was in high school. You weren't in high school.
Joe Carter.
That's
Mitch
right.
Williams. I remember that's one of the first World Series I remember watching, the Phillies and the Blue Jays. Yeah.
1993. That's right. The last time they were there, and the Mariners continue to be the only team that's never gotten there. But, man, it just has to hurt so much more when you were one win away for the last two games.
And you had a lead.
And had the lead.
And you got a lead. That's the thing.
In the bottom of the seventh inning, you just, but when things kind of break apart with a couple of base hits, make a pitching change, and then a fastball that it looked like George Springer knew was coming, and the jokes kind of write themselves.
I wanted Cal Raleigh to get a bat.
And that I did too. I think anybody that wasn't a Blue Jays fan and at least likes baseball wanted to see the story of this, but he was the guy left on deck to end the game.
Oh, yeah.
Julio Rodriguez strikes out on a slider, missing 3 sliders that he just couldn't seem to lay off from Hoffman. And that's what I wanted to see, too, because he did go yard earlier. And
both those guys went yard this game, yeah.
It would have been it's not like it takes away from the game, but that would have been the best way to finish with the potential winning run at the plate. It's the guy that hit 60-some home runs, and he ends up left on deck. But it was a great series. And I just wonder, too, because with Springer, he's so good. I mean, really, George Springer is a tremendous ball player. But the last time he was in a World Series, he was with a team that everybody hated, and with the Astros, and it's just kind of tough to wash that off of you. And when it comes to that's just something that all those players still wear on them, and you can't take that away. But it's been 5 years since the story really came out. And it's only been 8 years since that series.
Is it like the Jose Canseco effect? Every team that he went to, you go back and look at the numbers and look at the stats and see players that maybe had a little bump or a little jump in what they do. And then when he leaves, if they probably go back to normal, because it seems that it could be something like that with Springer.
Well, Springer's
a stud, though.
He's had a great career no matter what.
Very good.
The guy's an amazing athlete. Well, if he continues on this track, he's only 27. I mean, he's on this track. He'd be considered for the Hall, but that'll be an amazing case when it actually comes time for guys like, Carlos Beltran, who's already, I guess, been considered.
Jose Altuve's a Hall of Famer, right?
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
When you're connected to the major cheating scandal in baseball since the Black Sox, that'll be a test case when it actually does happen. But anyway, that was a great way to finish the championship series. One series that was entertaining, but still was over just like that. And then the theater of the ALCS was just a heck of a lot of fun without really having a dog in the fight. Although I was rooting for Seattle.
What about? I heard that the shortstop for the Blue Jays is going to come back. Is he good enough where he took some time? I don't know how long exactly he's been out, but they said he's going to be ready for the start of the World Series. Is that is he good enough for no matter what you start him at shortstop, or do you still go with the way it was and maybe bring him in game 2?
I mean, Bichette. Mm-hmm. I know Bichette. No, I'm not quite sure. I mean, you got to make. I would imagine at that position, you're not going to be 100%. You're going to be close to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, they've won without him. That's the thing. They're able to win a series without him very much. And doing it with great pitching and power at the right moments, more than anything else. But to be able to beat the Dodgers feels like a whole other thing because that pitching staff's been on a whole other level. Speaking of a whole other level, this Arkansas-Auburn game that's coming up on Saturday, Matt, is amazing for so many reasons because some team has to win this game. It's not just that neither of these teams has won a game since Auburn beat South Alabama on September the 13th.
They're both 0 in conference play.
0-3 in conference play and against good teams. They've only faced one similar opponent, and that's A&M. Auburn, by the way, is 0-4 in conference. The Arkansas has played Notre Dame. Auburn hasn't played their major team out of the SEC yet. But they did. That's right. They played Baylor. I'd forgotten about that, which was a pretty impressive victory. But that is their only win against a major FBS team. Arkansas doesn't have one of those yet. It's just that Arkansas has outgained the opponent in 4 of their 5 losses. Auburn's defense has played well enough to win just about every single game that they've lost. There's been some controversial officiating in 2 games for Auburn where you could make a case that the calls had a lot to do with whether or not Auburn actually won that game. And with Arkansas, if a couple of things go right here and there, you could make a case that the Razorbacks, Matt, instead of being 0-3 in conference, might be 2-1 in the SEC. So neither of these teams knows how to win a football game. Neither of them actually makes the play to win a football game. And at the end of Saturday's game, one of them will have made a play to win a game.
And so you might be onto something, Phil. Maybe it's who doesn't lose the game, who doesn't turn the ball over, who can get off the field a couple times on third down, what defense can get a couple more stops. This is going to be a totally different game than against A&M. I hope everybody knows that. Auburn's going to run the ball. They're going to try to power run. It's going to be a real fast game. I mean, I bet this game takes 2.5, 3 hours type of thing. Both teams are going to run it.
Plus, it may be wet. I mean, it's supposed to rain again, I think, Friday night into Saturday, and it may rain on Saturday too. So that didn't really seem to slow Saturday's game down against A&M.
I think third down is always prevalent as far as your defense and your offense. But this one might come down to who has 0. Can we go back-to-back games with 0 turnovers? Can our defense? What was it last year?
Create a turnover?
Did we create 4 turnovers against Auburn last year?
It was 5.
Yeah, can we
4 interceptions and a fumble recovery?
Can we get back on that track? If we can win the turnover battle, I think Arkansas can get their first win. What do you think? How do the fans feel? Do you think this is the best chance for the Hogs to get off the snide?
Absolutely. If you look at and I'm not making the case that really one play wins you or loses you a game. When the score is as close as these scores have been, I think you can make a case that there are a couple wins that potentially been left out there by Arkansas. They should win this game. The only thing is that it's 2 teams that are so imbalanced that, what if there's a play that Auburn makes defensively? Because if there's one aspect for Arkansas that can lose you this game, it's the turnovers. Mm-hmm. And where those turnovers happen and potentially what Auburn's defenders do with it. I mean, maybe they end up scoring defensively. You don't have to worry about, handing the ball over to an inept offense that is dead last in passing and second to last in total offense in the SEC.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're going to run the ball. They're going to shorten it down because, and this is what I go to when we talk about Arkansas playing teams that are better. I think it's pretty even as far as I don't care what the recruiting ratings say. Like hey, they got more 4 and 5 stars. Everybody has more 4 and 5 stars than the Hogs, but I think the matchup will be pretty even. And what Auburn's going to try to do is limit Arkansas's possessions. I guarantee that's what when you're a team and you're not up to par, you're not as good as the other team, or the other team has an explosive offense. You're not scared of it, but they 100% they know that if Taylor Green's out there, that Arkansas and Mike Washington, they don't want to tackle him. Braylon Edwards should be healthy. This could be a Braylon Edwards game where I could see him getting 14 carries or so, 120. I think both our running backs are amazing. Going to play on Sundays. This could be a Braylon Edwards game.
Well, that also is in the case of you need to grab the lead.
Braylon Russell, sorry.
Braylon Russell.
Yeah, I'm talking about the receiver from Michigan. Sorry, Braylon Edwards.
Right. Do you need the lead? And because this is, you would think that Auburn, if you fall behind, Auburn could be the kind of team offensively.
You got to jump out. We want the ball first against Auburn. Make them have to become a pass-type team.
And then be able to run it.
Yes.
It's just Auburn is tough to run the ball against. Now, again, I got to check some of the numbers on how running backs do, because I could tell, at least in the stat lines, that I thought the Razorbacks would run successfully against A&M. Because the sack-adjusted yardage is usually what makes the team statistics look so good. And Auburn does get to the quarterback at the rate of 21 sacks in 7 games. But you can't run against this team very well. The only team that really ran against them was Texas A&M. Oklahoma 32 rushing yards. Georgia 79. That's a Georgia team that should be able to run. Missouri only ran for 91. That's Ahmad Hardy, who's one of the top running backs in the nation. I don't think it's a given that Arkansas will run successfully in this game.
It's going to be a different type of game. Who has Courtney Crutchfield got on the field? Rohan Jones, our tight end.
I like
that.
Him.
Might be a guy that can do something. Omega Blake, obviously. C.J. Brown, the Fayetteville kid. I mean, there's somebody. I think it might be somebody that hasn't really made a lot of plays yet this year in the receiving core. I look for them to have a big game as well.
We are live at Blue Ember Smokehouse on Rawling Road in Little Rock here until 2 o'clock for halftime today, and we're going to get a tour of some of their other locations. I know Ruskin and Zach saw their Northwest Arkansas location recently. We're going to be out in Hot Springs in a couple of months, and I know the big piles of heaping meat will be showing up at some point soon. We'll open up the Lewis Automotive Hotline right now for you at 877-377-6963. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, Unit.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee. Don't miss out on Hog Reaction after every Razorback football game.
This team's not a physical defensive team, so you just got to take out what you're thinking in your mind, being a physical, being a brash, being tough, kind of having that killer mindset.
Brought to you by Bud Light, the world's favorite light beer. Also presented by Sawyer's, sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. And by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. It doesn't get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Did we invent crispy chicken? Nah. We just put it where it belongs, inside burritos and tacos, obviously. Extra saucy. 2 strips, huh? Look at that. Overachieving? Sure. Did you ask for it? No, but we did it anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell. A brand new classic. You're welcome.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call Mike Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Neil Young is getting old, searching for a heart of gold. His only number one song is the number one thing most people get wrong. We tend to think we're as good as gold, but in Jeremiah 17:9 it's told, the human heart is desperately wicked right from the start. The Holy Spirit will rip you apart, but then give you a new heart. Mine for the treasure of Jesus written in the scrolls. Otherwise, you're chasing fool's gold. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
Friends. It's right there. 4 words. Has never watched Friends for a kid whose name is Chandler Bing. And I don't believe him.
What is he, 6'9"?
6'5".
6'5", so he's a guard, yeah. Well, he's going to be playing overseas, so maybe he'll get to see the Viagra Boys one day.
There's enough people at Vanderbilt that will show him the show so that he will know what they're talking about. We're live at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road. A few people have set up to enjoy their lunch. And notice none of them are looking right at us just yet. I think they'd like to enjoy their lunch quietly, at least for the time.
Well, you had 2 Monday night football games and an elimination game 7 to go to the World Series. What a good sports day yesterday.
That was fun. And then what do we have today? Isn't it Sunbelt Tuesday
or
something?
Champions League. Champions League's all day today. It's Champions League tomorrow and today. Soccer is back, came back this weekend, so everybody else, whatever.
The rest of us will just wash their hair. Let's go to Jerry in Centerton on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Hi, Jerry. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you guys?
Great, thank you.
One thing I'm looking forward to in this game against Auburn is our wide receivers having a really good day, especially C.J. Brown, who graduated Bentonville High School, played for Jody Grant. I'll have to come back on you, Matt. He didn't go to Fayetteville. He went to
You're
Bentonville.
right. Thank you. No, thank you very much. I just told Phil that. Thank you.
Yeah, Bentonville's got a couple of guys, other wide receivers who have already committed to the U of A, looking to see what Petrino can do with those 2 guys. I think Blair Irvin III is one. I'm not sure the other one's name, but they're doing some really good work there in Bentonville this year.
I think C.J. Brown could have 2 touchdowns this game. I agree with you. I think the way Auburn's defense is, they'll try to make sure Omega Blake doesn't get going, and they're going to try to stop the run. And so that means our second and third receivers should get some man coverage and get open. And I'm a C.J. Brown fan.
Jerry, I think the other commit is DeQuayne Prevost. We've spoken about him with Alyssa Orange, who we're going to have on the show in about 8 minutes.
Yes, the same thing has happened to Bentonville. All the teams have concentrated on Blair Irvin III and Prevost, and their third wide receiver is having a bang-up year.
Nice.
Jerry, thanks for the phone call. I'd love to see these wide receivers and the tight ends run wild against Auburn, but it's I think it's tough to throw against them. I think it's a little easier to throw against them than pass against them, and that's the thing that you're getting at.
Protection is going to be the key. It's do we get back to some quick game? Because if you notice, Arkansas doesn't do a lot of quick game, and I think this might be the game you get more because we're more play action, more moving the quarterback, more the waiting on crossers, doing that. But get back into some quick game. C.J. Brown, quick, one step if you're in the gun. If you're not in the gun, 3-step hitch and get rid of the ball. I think C.J. Brown could have a big game.
I do think that the tight ends could have big games in just about every game that they play. I like these guys. They really turned that position into a weapon here where it was
he's a
matchup.
Thing. He's a mismatch because you can't, if you're a linebacker, you can't run with him. And then if you're a safety, he has a little bit of wiggle on him that he can get open. I like our tight end. What year is he? Is he coming back next year?
Well, it says he played. I know it was 1 or 2 years at Montana State, and then previously at Maine. Okay. So he's been around for a few years. That's the thing. It's so tough to remember about a lot of them. But I'll get the answer for you soon. Yeah. I was wondering about that in some cases, too, about some other guys on the team, just potentially if Bobby Petrino is the coach, and I would assume at that point offensive players that are eligible to stay may do that,
Well, we can't. Here's one of the things, and if you take a note from Vanderbilt's book, who is the oldest team in the SEC? Vanderbilt. That's the oldest team in the SEC. Who had the biggest transfer portal turnover? Arkansas. I don't think that's I don't think I'm going out on the limb saying anything has to be better. Is you have to get older and you have to keep kids in your program for a year and 2 years and 3 years. You can't keep leading the transfer portal and expect to win.
Well, I mean, you'd have to rebuild some spots on the offensive line. Corey Robinson, Fernando Carmona, they're out of eligibility. I
like Carmona too. Yeah,
I like him at guard.
Yes,
specifically
like
at guard.
Yeah.
Mike Washington, I think, is out of eligibility.
Braylon Russell will be back, though.
If
you keep him, that's the key. Do you think we keep Braylon Russell? He hadn't been playing a lot. Because you think about this. He was the guy coming back in that he pump faked a little bit, but ended up staying. And then we go out and get another running back, and so he goes RB2.
But you have to have another running back. He just doesn't have that speed to break away and score as often as you'd like. I love him. I really think Braylon Russell's
he's going to go to Florida with Lane Kiffin. Is that it? Yeah.
Well, that's the going theory, is that Kiffin's going to be the Florida guy. He's going to have to. I love that it's. I mean, the whole coaching carousel started about a month ago, 5 weeks ago. You're not even to. You got 2 weeks left of football in October, and the Nebraska coach gets asked about Penn State. Maybe he needs to worry more about Nebraska. The A&M coach is being asked about Penn State. The Florida head coach being asked about Ole Miss. The former Penn State coach will be rumored at Florida and where else? Virginia Tech. I think I've seen him connected to Virginia Tech. This is fun. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in December when the season actually comes to an end and it's playoff time? And the other thing that's going on at playoff time, because it's not the portal isn't happening in December now. It's January. The portal, now you actually get a coach's carousel that will lead the way along with the actual playoff games.
And then guys like Alex Mortensen, Rhett Lashley, and Dow Loggins that I'm always pulling for, they're having success too. Do they stay at their respective institutions or do they kind of make a move as well?
You know why they really move the portal window? The agents ask them to, because so many of them have clients that are coaches and players that they needed a little bit more time to be able to get things straight one way and then the other way, because there's so much sway. That's what December and January is now. It's not just carousel for the players and the coaches. It's hands put together, rubbing them together, agent season.
Must be nice, man. It's a great time to be a college athlete. I never would have thought it 20, 30 years ago. But, man, this is some earning power years for these college kids. It's all awesome.
We'll break here, and we got Alyssa Orange from the Varsity Vibe podcast joining us live today at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road, and we're back right after this.
You are very knowledgeable, and you keep it interesting.
This is halftime.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
The grand reopening sale at Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal. Ford F-150s on sale. Manager's Row is up front. It's loaded with big savings. You got extra inventory on the lot, and we're giving away a Cadillac.
Yes, giving away a Cadillac. All you have to do, go on a test drive. Be here the day we give it away, November 1st. That's a Saturday. Come and see us. This is the grand reopening sales event. Flags are flying. People are buying. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford. Right now really is the time to buy. Up to $10,000 off and 72 months at 3.9% financing on new F-150s. Manager special row, up to $10,000 off original asking price. I mean, we've got Escapes out there with $7,000, $8,000 off. Guys, come and see us. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford. This is where you want to purchase your next vehicle, new or pre-owned.
It's the grand reopening sale. A deal you can't miss is here at Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford. 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal. Online at harryrobinson.com.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
Hardee's invites you to fill your days with a little more handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch biscuits, baked fresh every 15 minutes. Crispy chicken tenders made with hand-breaded care. 100% Angus beef patties, freshly charbroiled, built to order. And warm smiles every day, from sunrise to supper time. Because at Hardee's, there's always goodness in the making. Exclusions may apply by time of day.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
She's a friend of mine in the apple pie and the sharpshooter. I'm in the overtime like it's sharpshooter. I feel like I'm intruding. She's a friend of mine in the alibi in the getaway car in overdrive like it's sharpshooter. I like the way you move. She's a real live wow. What's she talking about? I think I love her. Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend, Matt Jones.
Headed to our Lewis Automotive Hotline here on Halftime, live at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road. Time to talk with Alyssa Orange, the host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, but also our resident Dodgers fan. You know who your opponent's going to be now, Alyssa. Should be a great series. And I'm reminded that wasn't the other team that Shohei Ohtani nearly signed with was the Toronto Blue Jays?
I think you're right. I was watching that game last night. I'm not going to lie. I was really hoping that the Mariners would pull it out. My sister lives in Seattle. I thought that'd be really fun. Obviously a big Cal Raleigh fan. Go Noles. But, yeah, George Springer in the postseason, he always finds a way. And so here we go. LA, Toronto. It'll be fun. And we all know as an LA fan, like, no one's going to just jump on the Dodgers bandwagon. If you're picking a side and you don't have a team in the fight, you're not cheering for LA. So this one's going to be fun.
I love how Dave Roberts put it. They want to go ruin baseball.
Yeah, I love that clip, man. When he said, "Hey, the offseason, everyone was saying the Dodgers were ruining baseball. Well, let's go win 4 more and really ruin baseball." I sent that to my dad, and he got a kick out of it.
Well, if you're going to be a villain, you might as well sit and stew in it.
That's what they said about the '92 Dream Team. David Stern's like, "Oh, y'all going to ruin basketball?" And it's like, "Oh, okay, get out of here."
Okay.
People do like watching greatness.
My dad took batting practice at Nat Park yesterday. It cracked me up.
Well, that's also in total contrast to the other teams that you're a fan of. Things don't
God, I know. At least I have that. Oof.
Things couldn't be any worse at Florida State right now. Did you watch Norvell's press conference after or at least some of it after the Stanford game, or do you even, as an alum, can you even give yourself that moment? Because I've never seen the look in somebody's eyes that dazed. Really, I've never seen a coach look that dazed in front of the cameras.
Yeah, it was bad. I did not watch it. I chose to just emotionally save myself from that and go to sleep. But I did watch that game in its entirety until 1 a.m. And it's frustrating when you know that they're talented and this team felt like they had finally gotten those pieces back together after that 2-10 season last year. And now here it is, just feeling like same thing, different season. And then you go to the Dolphins. It's like the definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing, hoping for a different result. And it's just a really tough time to be a football fan for me as a Dolphins fan, a Seminoles fan, and then obviously covering Arkansas.
All right, let's get to a little high school football here. What game this weekend, Friday night, would be top of mind for you?
Yeah, so I'm going to be at Bentonville Rogers, and I'm really excited for this one because you've got 2 really high-powered offenses, 2 very talented quarterbacks for Bentonville, Colt Lepecki. You've got Jeff Regan for Rogers, who I don't think anyone can slow down and stop. He is just so dynamic. Both of those teams with such weapons offensively. Both have good defenses. Both have been scoring. I think Rogers back-to-back in these last 2 weeks has scored 70 points. And it's going to be a fun one at Rogers between these 2 teams. And I think this is the game that decides the 7A West. And then you look down in the River Valley, and actually, guys, Van Buren and Greenwood was the big game on Friday night. Both of those teams undefeated in conference play. Greenwood undefeated on the season. But Van Buren's 4-0 for the first time in conference play since 1996. And they're playing good football. And Greenwood right now is a team that always has a target on their back and are going to have to see if they can hold the pointers off. But that game got moved to Thursday. So that's Thursday at 7, which means I'll get to see both of these games. And so I'm really excited to watch both of those games on Thursday and then on Friday.
I was a 7th grader, Alyssa, in '96. That's Kenny Sandlin, who played up there for the Hogs. He was the leader on that team, and that's the last Van Buren Pointer team to win the state championship. They won the state title that year. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how long that's been? And sometimes you say that and you're like, oh, and then you're like, oh, wait, it's 2025. It has been that long. So Mo Henry's got it rolling there at Van Buren this season.
Is there going to be a game Rodgers doesn't score 70? I guess maybe this one, but
Maybe this one. Maybe this one. And that's where Bentonville's defense has to be on point, I think. But they're playing really well, just all around. They've got so many weapons offensively. And that includes Daquan Prevost and Blair Irwin III, who are headed to Arkansas. And they've got a running back in Chris Ficklin, who's really good. But Rodgers has Braxton Lindsey and a lot of really good Titus Kramer as their running back, who transferred from Harbor. So if there's a place to be on Friday night and you're not going to a specific game, I think you go to Rodgers.
Did you see any of DJ's interview with Kane Archer from his Fourth and Three podcast?
I saw a little bit of it that he posted, and Kane's a special player. He's a special player. He's smart, but he's a good kid with a good head on his shoulders. And I even talking to Chris Young today, their head coach down there at Greenwood. It's just, we knew how special he was going to be, and so we pulled him up as a ninth grader, knowing that year of just being the backup QB and learning the system was going to be really beneficial for his growth and where he goes. And we've seen that now. And he's a smart kid. He's a really, really good football player. And the one thing Kane really has is between the ears. He's just a really but I thought it was interesting what he said to DJ and talking about, if you're from Arkansas, you want to play for Arkansas. But I know what the relationships with Mackenzie Milton and those guys at UCF mean to him. He told me. He read me a letter that Mackenzie Milton had actually mailed him the day that him and I talked before the season started. That relationship that he has down there is 95% of the reason why he decided to go to UCF and commit to UCF.
Well, let's see. I also saw, looking at the Varsity Vibe newsletter, which I signed up for a few weeks ago, and it comes right into your inbox early in the morning. 25-game losing streak came to an end for Rogers Heritage.
Yes.
We were talked about all the great
How about
teams,
Heritage?
but that's great to see. Tasting a victory for first time in 3 years.
Yeah, that was really great for Coach Munoz and his team. And I'm actually going to talk to him later today. They're our team of the week because of that win, that 41-40 win over Northside, and how they won it, stopping a 2-point conversion in overtime. And that's just a program that has just been desperate for wins to see success. And we talk about a basketball analogy. Sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop. And they've got a lot of work to do to continue to get to where they want to be as a program. But you just want to feel what winning feels like. And that's just sometimes one of those intangible things that your players need to feel and to experience and understand. And it had been a really long time, 25 straight games, 22 straight conference games. It's been a while since they've won over there at Heritage. And so a big shout out to them for getting that done against Northside.
We had somebody text in asking about Regans, who's the quarterback at Rogers, Jeff Regan.
Yes.
388 yards, 4 touchdowns before halftime, and putting up 70 again. Tell us about him.
He's like a video game. So I got to see him in person a few weeks ago when they played Bentonville West, and it's insane. And he's very unassuming. I think he might be a few inches taller than me. I'm 5'5", so he might be like 5'8", 5'9", maybe. He's not tall and he's not big, but he's twitchy and he's elusive. And once you just can't get it going. And I talked to Coach Harbison, and he was like, "This is a kid who's 175 that benches 500. He's strong." And sometimes people don't understand how strong he is, and they try to get him down, and he just steps right out of the tackle. He is special, and he's got the arm, but he's got the legs, and he's just got the intuition. And, that's a guy who they turned into a quarterback last year, and he Coach said he kind of pushed against it a little bit until they finally were like, "No, we need you to be the quarterback." And he's just seen nothing but success. And he's headed to Air Force next year. But, I asked him after that game against West, what is it about you? Why do you play the way you play? And he goes, "I just have that mentality that, no one can stop me and no one can take me down." And he plays like that. He's a really fun player to watch.
Volleyball state finals coming up soon. Hot Springs, I know you'll get involved in that pretty closely.
Yeah, so last week of the regular season, and Bentonville, Fayetteville actually tonight at Fayetteville, and I'll take the kids to that. I'm excited to see. It's a big one between those two teams, two of the best in the state, and Bentonville right now undefeated in conference play. The only loss Fayetteville have is to Bentonville from a few weeks ago. So that'll be fun, but the the tournament will start, and then all of the state games are in Hot Springs, and I'll be a part of that crew doing the color and the play-by-play. But high school volleyball is really fun, especially here in Northwest Arkansas. A lot of talent. Farmington's a good team. Shiloh Christian, also a really good team. Bentonville West. You might see some Northwest Arkansas teams representing their conferences in Hot Springs on November 1st.
The volleyball is the first to start, right? So that means they'd have the first set of state championships. This is the first sport to actually have a championship for the school year?
No, so there's been some tennis and golf.
Okay.
So there's been some tennis championships and golf championships. So the state finals for the 6A, for example, in tennis was last week. I believe Pulaski Academy and North Little Rock won those for the girls and the boys. And golf was a few weeks ago too. So tennis, the first true team sport, or I'm sorry, volleyball, the first true team sport to hand out a state title.
I don't think I've ever felt as lost as I have. The one volleyball match that I called for Arkansas, I forget who it was against. Might have been UALR 3 years ago. I had to really brush up on that pretty quickly, Alyssa. Something tells me you know volleyball better than I do.
Well, I played it in high school. It wasn't my sport. You know me. I was a softball player. But volleyball was like that sport in the off season that I played just to do something. But my best friend in high school, she was really good. She was the setter and was on varsity all 4 years that she was in high school. But I am familiar since I played. But it's fast-paced, and you can't get behind, that's for sure.
Little did I realize that a thwack is not a real phrase in volleyball. But, I got away with it for a day.
It's not. Yeah, just make up words. It's fine.
Alyssa, always great having you on. Make sure you give a look to the Varsity Vibe podcast. Download it anywhere that you can find your podcast. They're also online for varsityvibearkansas.com, and you can register for the newsletter and stay up to date on what's going on in the world of high school sports. Alyssa, thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll come back with more on halftime live at Blue Ember Smokehouse on Rawling Road in Little Rock, and back just after this break.
We've got to get some turnovers. As the young kids say, we haven't had a turnover in a minute.
This is halftime.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Are you tired of loose, uncomfortable dentures or struggling with missing teeth? This is Dr. Charles Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself experience with full arch dental implant solutions. Dentures that are securely attached to implants, giving you a natural looking, confident smile that feels like your own. No more slipping, no more pain, just the freedom to smile, speak, and eat with ease. You like coming to see us, right, Matt?
Who doesn't want to say, I love the way your smile lights up under your eyes? Call 479-646-0706 or visit rivervalleysmiles.com to schedule your consultation today.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make Awake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make Awake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make Awake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make Awake Bait and Tackle.
Family-owned
owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Ain't got nothing to say. Morning. Tired. Just tired of walking myself. Hey, baby. You said it's so fire. It's so fire. It's so tired.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
The only way you will ever hear a Springsteen song on halftime is for it to be a cover of a Springsteen song, thanks to the one and only Matt Jones. You're not into the grunting sound very much, right?
A little cool. That's a cool band called Cannons. They're okay.
BE was aware of that, yeah. We have JT with us from Blue Ember Smokehouse. We're at the Rawling Road location in Little Rock, but there are 5 others, right?
Yes, sir. We've got first location was out in Fort Smith. That was our pilot store there. Opened up in 2021. We had Jonesboro, Texarkana. This was our 4th location here in West Little Rock. And then we've got one in Hot Springs. Then we just opened one last month in Rogers.
What about Fort Smith? Is there one in Fort Smith?
There is. That was our
the original one.
Oh, listen. Okay, I'll listen one of these days. Yeah.
I could smell it when I was outside, and I've been here for like an hour just smelling, drinking water. I think I'm ready for some meat.
You're getting a little bit of the embers, or that's what's coming in.
This must be what it feels like to be a starving animal out in the savannah, where I've got to go hunt for myself. But I literally, right now, I'm ready to drool.
There you go.
I'm ready to drool.
We've had 3 people text me saying the sausage 3 cheese. Is that what everybody likes in here? Okay,
3 cheese sausage, and then also our jalapeno pineapple sausage are our 2 best sellers.
Gotta try it.
We'll get you both.
Sweet and spicy.
I like it.
That's Matt Jones right there.
There you go.
let's get some more recommendations from people. Text them in, 877-377-6963. What's the name of the platter that we're getting?
You're going to be getting the special ops. That's the little bit of a sampler platter there. It comes with brisket, pork, rib, sausage, and then a small side of baked beans.
How many pounds of meat do you think are showing up with that?
There's probably so each of it's about 0.15.
Okay.
So it's a good size meal.
About a
for
half a
someone.
pound.
It's
yeah.
about a half pound
Yeah.
total, but I
Yeah.
mean that's a good size.
We're just going to need about 3 of those.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
I don't know what you're going to eat, but I'll
We'll be fighting over these things eventually. Do you guys have all the different sauces too?
Yeah, we've got a few different types of sauce. We got original, very typical barbecue. We got a kick and apple, which is like a sweet one. That's actually our best seller. And then we got a hot and spicy. So if that's what you're wanting, we got it.
I love the name of the salad that I saw there. There's a Fort Chaffee salad.
Fort Chaffee.
Fort Chaffee. Yes,
That's out in.
I got to know how to pronounce our area as well.
I think you did great.
But I know how to say Cersei, and I know how to say El Dorado. At least those ones. Yes, tell me about the Fort Chaffee salad.
Yeah, no, the Fort Chaffee salad has it's a fruit salad. It comes with some strawberries, mandarin oranges, pecans. People usually like to get the raspberry vinaigrette dressing on it too.
Yeah, some goat cheese or maybe some figs or what?
We don't got all of that,
Okay,
but
all right.
but the raspberry vinaigrette at least, and it's a really nice fruit salad, especially on like
killer.
You're gonna have to bring your own figs the next time you're here, Matt.
That's true.
You walk around with figs in your pocket.
Usually it's a cucumber. I like cucumber in my salad. All right.
Pork burnt ends.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
The pork belly burnt ends are so good.
Anytime you and I are at a it was at Allen's Grocery. We had burnt ends there. There's always burnt ends.
That's amazing. Yeah.
We're gonna have to have some of those too.
We'll get you a good sampling.
One of
Don't you
everything.
worry.
Just order 2
Honestly-
of everything.
Honestly,
two
for
of
my
us.
favorite too is our moist brisket by far. We do brisket. So how it works if you ever come in store is you'll go through the line and order your food, and then you'll go find a seat. But they cut all the meats in front of you and everything. So if you want it a certain way, we'll make it that certain way. So like for brisket especially, I know some people love the fattier, juicier meat. I know
you can point out the section that you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to keep some of the oil and grease from the meat. I see so many people coming in with beards that you can start a new line right there, man.
There you go, right?
Killing it, yeah.
But so moist brisket's my favorite by far. But if you don't like the fatty stuff on it, we'll cut it off for you. We'll trim it right there for you. But moist brisket, and then honestly, one thing I haven't heard anybody mention yet: the turkey breast.
Ooh.
Our turkey breast is so good here.
I'm into it.
It's one of my favorite meats by far.
People sometimes forget about turkey when they end up at a barbecue place.
Smoked
It
turkey
sometimes
is
is the
so
best
good.
you can get.
Oh,
all right, so we're
absolutely.
going to need another one of those too.
Yeah,
and
and
I've ordered
especially-
like 17 different things.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. We'll get you a little sampler, but especially too with the holidays coming up, we are selling whole turkeys as well as turkey breasts, just whole turkey breasts.
Nice.
Probably
To do
about-
Thanksgiving
Here,
catered here.
Yeah, we can.
Wow, that's
we'll-
great.
We're closed on Thanksgiving, but we'll have the day before. We'll have a big pickup day where if you've placed your order, you can come get it, and then we'll provide repeat
That's awesome.
instructions and everything.
That's
and
awesome.
We'll take care of it.
BlueEmberSmokehouse.com is the website, and they've actually got a page here with catering where all you do is you give them your phone number, you tell them what it is that you think you're going to need, and they'll get back to you on it.
And actually, that's me myself. I'm actually in charge here of all of catering here at Blue Ember Smokehouse. So if you ever put in a catering inquiry, you're more than likely going to be reaching out to me.
All right, JT. Well, I'm reaching out to you for a heck of a lot of food today first, and then we'll see what it looks like in about an hour if I might be asleep. All right, JT, thanks for coming on with us. We're at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road, and I think Clay Henry has connected.
The crackling of the meat.
By the way, also today is Charlie the Tuna's birthday.
Oh,
so an APB out there on our most frequent caller.
Happy birthday,
so we
Tuna.
can sing him a happy birthday
No tuna
live
here.
on the air. Yeah, no tuna at Blue Ember Smokehouse. It's meat only, and halftime is back right after this.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com. Bow season is underway, and the Arkansas Alternative Firearms season opens October 16th. Jelco Outdoors has all your muzzle loading and straight wall cartridge supplies. Check out the CBA Scout, Bronchi, Ruger, Savage, Tikka, and Winchester straight wall rifles in calibers 350 Legend, 4570 Gov, 360 Buckhammer, and 400 Legend. Jelco has the largest selection of hunting clothing, footwear, and hunting supplies in the River Valley. Get ready to go deer hunting at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp.com/score for 10% off your first month. This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp.com/score for 10% off your first month.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be into the upper 60s to middle 70s. Later on tonight, mainly clear, low to mid 40s. Wednesday, right back to sunshine, a high near 75. And Thursday, blue sky and sunshine, a high Thursday in the middle to upper 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
Even one Razorback.
Is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man. Let's go.
Caller text 877-377-6963. Now here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Welcome back. It's 12:01 in the afternoon, and halftime continues on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road, where I'm sitting next to Matt Jones. We'll have Hall of Famer Clay Henry joining us in just about a minute or so. The general manager stood here in front of us and asked us what it is that we wanted to order. Matt and I could not put enough words together to actually formulate a thought of what we wanted. So after about 60 seconds, she said, "I'll just put a bunch of stuff on a plate for you," and walked away.
I love every second about it.
That's exactly right. All right, I can't wait for that stuff to show up. Clay Henry is with us, and of course you can read Clay's columns at Whole Hog Sports, and joins us Tuesdays and Wednesdays here on Halftime. And Clay, you weren't with us, unfortunately, when we were at Allen's Grocery and they brought us all the meat. And here we are again. We're at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock, and they're going to be bringing us meat soon, and all you get to do is hear us chew.
That's okay. I'm here for you. I'll fill time so you guys can chow down.
Sounds good.
So what she's going to bring you
is a sampler's plate. And when you are the toast of the town, like you and Matt are, and y'all come to an event like that, they're going to bring you everything. And that's the way I always called it, a chef's plate. The what you just take what they like to cook, and it's going to be their best stuff. And
I always like how they're called the grill master.
Yeah, and you want to compliment
the pit master.
The pit master.
Yeah.
That's right, the smoke master.
Hey, that's what I like to do. I smoked whole chicken and some ribs Sunday afternoon after church, and I'm still eating on the ribs. It's just so good. I've gotten it down with this pellet smoker. You guys probably, there's some people out there that they still smoking with sticks, but I've transitioned over to
what is it? The green egg? What kind of?
No, this is a Rectac. This is a big one. It's a big lot of 1170, I guess, cubic inches of space, or I don't know, grill space. Maybe it's not cubic. It'd be a flat space. But I'm into the food. My last column, I'm sure everybody has already read it. So I wrote last week about Karen Van Horn and Becky Bull's cookbook, which I saw a recipe from Phil Elson. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if you can actually cook that or you just got it from your mom. I don't know.
Oh, no, I've made those potato latkes before for Hanukkah.
You have?
Not every year, but just about. I know
So
those are easy. Those are easy to make. I can't
Well,
screw them up.
Yeah, I saw Chuck Barrett had a recipe.
it meatballs?
Matt Jones had a recipe, steak and rice.
Paula
And
J.
it was Paula's.
Steak.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's okay.
yep.
Matt can cook. He
I know
spent
he
some
can.
time cooking.
But
Absolutely.
I love, and Karen and Becky both apologized. They didn't ask for a recipe from me. I wrote a column a few weeks ago and went through all my recipes, but the one that should be in there wouldn't be mine. It's my dad's apple pancakes, which I make Christmas morning, for anytime we have a gathering of family that stays over. But Christmas morning, everybody's opening their presents, and I hand them a plate of apple pancakes with sugar and
That's a present
cinnamon.
in and of itself.
Oh, it is so good. And they're crepes. They're really thin. Got Granny Smith tart apple sliced up in the batter. That's what my dad made for us on special occasion. Me and my three brothers, we got apple pancakes, and I made that one time for our family, and they said, we'll have that every Christmas morning, and we have.
So we're sitting here, and the Blue Ember Smokehouse would be a great place to come watch a game too, because they got TVs kind of all over, and they were showing some of the highlights of the ALCS game from yesterday, and then the post game and the celebration of the clubhouse. Did that look like that was the place to be, or what?
Celebrated locker room. Coach Nutt talks about it.
Looked like Club Dub.
There's nothing better than winning. Like it's that's why they keep score up there, and that's why you're feeling for this Razorback football team right now. 5 games in a row we've lost, and our defense has given up 41 points a game. What do you think the number is, Clay, Phil? Do you think if we can hold Auburn under 21, we can win this game?
Yeah, it's going to be a lower scoring game, except you never know. Turnovers, they've gotten no turnovers. At some point, they're going to get a turnover because some of these offenses, they're not elite.
The crazy part, Clay, was like last year, and the Auburn game was part of it.
Metcalf game.
You either got none or you got 5, right?
Was it 5 or 6
and 4,
in that game?
5 and 4, I think, Auburn and Mississippi State. Yeah.
Right. And so it literally, I don't know, you had 1 turnover, I think, in the Memphis game, and none in the game before that against Ole Miss. So still, it's just 1 turnover in the last 5 games in this losing streak, and you can't win. I don't think you can win a football game if you don't at least get a turnover in a month.
Well, you're giving the other team something to think about. We haven't put pressure on the quarterback in 3 weeks.
It is to the point now that the opposing quarterbacks, when they come in, they're going to be candidates for the Davey O'Brien quarterback of the week.
They're setting a PR, yeah.
Oh yeah. That your chops. I'm sure Jackson Arnold, Auburn quarterback, is excited. It's like some of these basic plays that we've been running that got 0 might work against this Arkansas defense, and I'm not saying anything that every fan is not. I mean, they're saying the same thing as me. You can't help it. And I listened to Bobby Petrino's Monday media briefing, and he said the missed assignments went up this week. I think sometimes the missed assignments go hand in hand with the other team's ability. Other team has ability, you don't have the it forces you into some decisions that you're making a little bit too quick, I guess is the problem, and then you get a missed assignment.
Well, I know that Freeze is talking about getting the backup ready potentially at quarterback. This is a kid named Ashton Daniels, I think, that he's brought up, that was at Stanford before. So I'd be surprised if Jackson Arnold doesn't start, but I don't know if he'll finish the game. And that's what happened last year.
If he doesn't play well,
was
he
so
won't.
bad.
Yeah.
Hank Brown was so bad. He threw 3 interceptions. That Peyton, what was his name? Peyton Alford Thorne. Peyton Thorne era started, or at least came back to Auburn. But neither of these teams knows how to win a game. Auburn's got fumbles at the goal line and getting shut out for 44 minutes in a row, and even this past game, they should have lost, but Mizzou misses 3 field goals. So it's not like Arkansas has shown that they know how to win a game either. And so when I look at the celebration in that locker room for the Blue Jays, that's the culmination not just of 6 or 7 months, but that's also the emotion of 7 games of drama that led to that. But those teams also won a game here and there to get there. Arkansas hasn't won a game since we were kicking around. When's the last time anybody kicked around the thought of Arkansas playing at War Memorial, which dominated for a week or so? That's the last time the Hogs won a game. Auburn hasn't won since the week after that. Neither of these teams knows how to win. One of them is going to get a chance to release all of that tension and frustration and actually feel good for a weekend for the first time in a month.
It's a big game for both of these head coaches. For an interim head coach trying to get that interim tag removed, this is a game that you'd have to point to and say, this is a chance for Arkansas. I don't know which is a better chance, Mississippi State or Auburn, but they're both teams that are struggling. And you've done a little better offensively than defensively, so you've got teams that are headed opposite directions as far as one struggling on offense, the other one has got their offense rolling. One of them struggling on defense, the other one's got their defense kind of rolling. So, but it's Hugh Freeze has got his back up against the wall, but on the same kind of pressure situation, Bobby has to know that this is, if he wants to be the head coach, this is a pretty much this is his opportunity. You win 2 or 3, you're going to be the head coach. This is one of those that you got to get.
Well, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself, Clay, but I think the same thing with LSU and Texas after the bye week. Both of those teams could be eliminated from so you don't know what you're going to get there if they're kind of going through the motions or if they're paying attention to detail. LSU might be playing a different quarter. You just Texas could too, but both those teams, their season from what the expectations were at the beginning of the year, they have underperformed.
Well, you're talking about Brian Kelly is starting to, the fans are starting to kind of dance around a little bit on him. Is he the right guy? I mean, it's, you look at his record at Notre Dame, never won a bowl game, it's what can he do to turn that pressure? Well, it's win some games and win some games comfortably. There's some games that are setting up for him that they may not be wins the rest of the way. So you don't know what you're going to get, and I think week to week it changes in the SEC. Is a team looking ahead? Or are they not? Or are they going to play their best game or they're going to play their worst game? You just don't know how the matchups go.
I know in this case for Arkansas and Auburn, they have their best chances to win football games each of these next 2 weeks. For the Hogs, it's Auburn and Mississippi State. For the Tigers, it's the Razorbacks and Kentucky. And I still think, watching Arkansas right now, And I think what happens, and you just said it, there's a lot of golf, and worry about it once you get there. LSU, Texas, and Missouri suddenly all look a little bit more winnable.
That's right.
A little bit more. I'm not making any predictions, but a little bit more. Hey, here's the birthday boy. He's giving us a call on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Happy birthday, Charlie.
To tuna.
I'm not going to sing. I was lying when I said it on the air, but a happy birthday to you, Charlie. It's your day. Isn't that great when everybody tells you I hope your day goes well.
Day.
You know what, Phil, it's just another day. I'm actually pretty humble about it. Up here at work, though, you guys already know, like, they're showering me with tuna love, I don't know, or whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, I mean, I look, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love, and I'm just blessed to be here, have another year. I mean, I can't believe I'm 33. Matt, how old do you feel, Matt? I feel 40. I don't know what it is.
That's a good question.
Matt,
sometimes I feel 70, but I act like I'm 20.
I never feel like I'm older than I am. Sometimes I still feel like I'm stuck at 17.
Sometimes my bones might ache a little bit, but I definitely still feel like I'm 20, yeah.
I think you had a few more collisions than I did.
Yeah, Matt, and how many concussions do you think you had, Matt? Real talk. Just be
Baker's
real with
doesn't.
me. And don't.
I counted them up when I got done playing. You have at least one a year. It's just how bad are they? But Baker's doesn't. It's just you kind of know going into it.
Yeah, and then back then, you hold two fingers up, they kind of let you go.
Rub some dirt on it. You're all right.
Yeah. But man, look, I wanted to say, I thought about what Taylor Green and what you said after the game, Matt, and how appreciative I am of what he's doing right now. I think people, when they look at the record, this team's 2-5, man, the way look, I get it. He makes some negative plays at times too, but that's because he's human, and when you're out there knowing that you feel like you have to make every play, it's tough. Look, I get it. In certain situations, he needs to throw the ball away. But, Matt, you said it a few weeks back. It's really hard for a quarterback with his athleticism to give up on a play sometimes. And, that's all that God-given talent that he has. I do want to ask you, though, Matt, going up into this draft, I believe in my heart that when these scouts look at these things with him, man, they're going to fall in love with the kid because this draft coming up, I don't think is a very good quarterback class. And you said it a few weeks back, too, callback. Spencer Rattler can start some games in the NFL. I think Taylor Green can.
Amen.
I think Taylor, man, the way he's progressed as a passer, his ability to shift protections and all the things you have to do in a pro style like Bobby Petrino offense. And then we already know the character's high. I mean, he may be a second or third round guy, but guys, man, this guy's unbelievable, man. He's super talented. I know people hate the bonehead plays every now and then, but I mean, we're scoring 30-plus a game.
That's because it's not like I think anybody says this to him, but it's the 180 of being a game manager. With Taylor Green, I think we all in our minds are saying, you got to go win us this game here, man, because no one on the other side of the ball is going to do it. And even a good offensive line like Arkansas is against some of these defenses, there's going to be a pass rush. But it's just, I don't know. I said yesterday he's got to play perfect. I don't know if you got to play perfect, but Taylor Green is going. If you win a game, it's because he won you a game.
Well, it's one of those deals, and everything's contagious in sports. The momentum goes and builds. We had 0 turnovers against A&M. Keep it going. I think that's the biggest. If everything doesn't come down to one thing, but I think the biggest key playing Auburn at home, not only getting out to a good start, is if we win the turnover battle, and not only if we win it, but if it's 0-3 type thing, we can beat this team.
Hey, Clay, how much do you think Matt can eat during a 4-minute commercial break?
He's a go-getter. I mean, when it comes
you don't
time,
get 6 to 30 by not eating.
If it's good food, he goes to town.
Mm-hmm.
When the lights are on, and the lights are right now on.
That's what Coach Nutt said. We just got to get them to the starting line. Let's just get them to the starting line. We'll be all right.
Hey, you got a big event going on starting. Actually, it's already started at Jam Mart this week. It is Customer Appreciation, and got Customer Appreciation Day on Thursday, where they're going to be discounting gas from 10 until 2. All week long, though, there's 99-cent specials. 99-cent sausage biscuits are available all week long at the Jam Mart Phoenix location. Started yesterday, goes all the way through Friday, and they're doing discounted gas this Thursday, 10 until 2, plus 99-cent menu specials, Crispitos, corn dogs, chicken tenders, and more. That's Jam Mart on Phoenix Avenue this Thursday from 10 until 2. We are live at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road. The number to join us is the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Time to eat some 3-cheese sausage. We're right back after this.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
I'm in Crawford and Sebastian a lot, and a lot of Sequoia and LaFleur, but thanks really in large part to ESPN Arkansas.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Did we invent crispy chicken? Nah. We just put it where it belongs, inside burritos and tacos, obviously. Extra saucy. 2 strips, huh? Look at that. Overachieving? Sure. Did you ask for it? No, but we did it anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. You're welcome.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Neil Young is getting old, searching for a heart of gold. His only number one song is the number one thing most people get wrong. We tend to think we're as good as gold, but in Jeremiah 17:9 it's told, the human heart is desperately wicked right from the start. The Holy Spirit will rip you apart, but then give you a new heart. Mine for the treasure of Jesus written in the scrolls. Otherwise, you're chasing fool's gold. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
I'm only pretty sure that I can't take anymore. Before you take a swing, I wonder what I'll be fighting for when I say out loud, I wanna get out of this. I wonder, is there anything I'm gonna miss? I wonder how it's gonna be.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
He's seeing things really well. You know, he's become a better player before he gets the ball. That's one of the things that really helps running backs improve. Kobe Smith's done a great job with his tracks, his first step, where his shoulders are. Whenever you become really good before you get the ball, then your vision opens up and your landmarks are better and you see the blocks and make quick cuts. And his improvement on that in the last 3 weeks has been tremendous.
Bobby Petrino at yesterday's press conference on running back Mike Washington, who has been as good as advertised, you think, from what you heard from the coaches in the preseason? Just as good as advertised. But that also went along with the idea that remember, he was running against the Razorback defensive line. Those two things equaled out. But he's been able to run against everybody. And he does hit that hole awfully hard. It's fun to watch him follow those blocks, especially with this line that's active and athletic. And but they're facing this is the toughest run defense that they're facing so far.
Phil, some of the counters that they've run, where it's you know, the first action sets up the blockers. In other words, they see flow going one way, and the line and the linebacker step one way, and then they pull somebody, and all at once.
And they'll pull two people.
Yeah.
They'll pull two somebody sometimes.
And the stuff on the perimeter, it happens slowly as the blockers get there, and he is able to weave through those. And it's just like Bobby said, he sees the landmarks, he knows where the tracks are going to be, and he hits them. And you know, it's running backs. There's all kinds of running backs. There's some that they're just going to power through everybody like a Darren McFadden did. And then there's Felix Jones, you know, that was a craftsman of a running back. And what I see from Mike Washington, he's got a little bit of both of that. He can be a slasher, but he understands his craft, and they've convinced him that if he'll play within the scheme and set up his blocks, things are going to happen for him on the perimeter.
I know it was a Darren McFadden patch day against A&M, but I'll tell you what, Clay, I thought he was running like another Little Rock running back, C4. Cedric Cobbs is who he was.
Some of that, yeah.
The way he was running kind of reminded me of his style last week.
Yeah, he's a 230-pound back, just like Cedric was, and but I think that they're doing some really nice things within their scheme, and you know, there's some people that want to rush the passer and they want to get in that mesh lane. They use all that. I mean, there's a reason why they run every play. Bobby is so good. He's going to show you something, and then he's going to do something off that look. And I've seen it, and they're going to run the ball when they can. And I think that'll be a big part of what this game is this week. I think everybody likes to see Taylor take off, and they like to see him throw, but that running game is the bread and butter for this offense.
And the truth of it is, Tayland, when you call that read option and he puts it in his belly and the quarterback he's reading in the defensive end or 4-week, however you want to say it, he can make plays on that. But the one thing that Tayland his legs really hurt the other team is when it's a pass play and he extends it or then he breaks out. That's when he can get those big gainers.
There's you think he's going out of bounds sometimes. And he doesn't. He just tight ropes it right down the sideline. And he understands that the goal is to score a touchdown.
It's like Tayland could run the 300 hurdles if he wanted to. Like if he didn't want to be a quarterback, those strides he has, he could run the hurdles.
Another reason why this running game is so good is because they're taking runs that would go 10 yards, and you're getting an extra 8, 15, 20 sometimes because it's everybody that's blocking. You can see this. Rohan Jones. He uses that speed to get downfield and block.
Rohan's a good player.
C.J. Brown, he's blocking. You're seeing this from Omega Blake too, and so the whole team has bought into being a running team. I love to see that from even the pass catchers because they're involved in this just as much as anyone else.
And we were talking about in the break, George Wilson, one of the best, if not the best, blocking receiver I've ever been around. I mean, that dude would go down and he would spring, and it's kind of goes unnoticed. It's a thankless job because not every time does it break. But man, that really does. That takes, just to your point, it takes a 7-yard run and turns into a 37-yard run. And in the case with Mike Washington, he can take it all the way to the house.
How many times have you seen that highlight of the play just before half against LSU where they hit Kobe Hamilton?
Yep.
And he makes a guy miss, and then he gets out, and then it's a foot race. Well, the guy that won the foot race was Jarius Wright. He got down there and shielded the last man, and I was just like, that is a beautiful thing to watch when the wide receiver is going to block for another wide receiver.
Your teammates love you. Your teammates would never forget that.
I mean, I've seen it. I've seen that play 20 times, and you watch it all develop, and it's like, well, okay, where's Jarius Wright? Where is he? Here he comes. Here he comes. It's a beautiful thing to see those wide receivers, and they don't have to take anybody down. All they have to do is just
change
get in
their
the
ankle.
way.
Get them out of the way.
Stay mirror them, and you got to honor for a while. You got to honor that they're a wide receiver. Then all at once they're not. I
like the term I've heard Bobby Petrino use on plays like this. He says, we got to plaster our man. He's just basically staying to him. Baseball, they'll tell you in basketball, stick to him like chewing gum, right? That's basically what he's saying. Here's Brent and Cersei on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Hi, Brent. What's up?
What's up, Clay, Phil, and Matt? How's everything going?
Great. I'm going to take a bite of food while you're talking here for a quick moment,
it's
Brent,
amazing.
because at Blue Ember Smokehouse, this stuff is just terrific. The 3-cheese sausage, everybody that texted in about that,
they were right.
You were right, but still you undersold it a little bit.
Brent had 3 guys fishing last week, and we had a conversation about your dad. I had Chuck Dykus, Max Peacock, and Pat Morrison. Your dad a little older than them, but they remembered him as the best-looking Razorback ever to come down the pike.
Hey, Coach Sproles called him at the senior pep rally at the Greek Theater, the Rock Hudson of Arkansas.
Yeah, no question.
I'm glad you didn't end up like that. I'm glad you didn't end up like Rock.
Oh, no.
He
my mother had a crush on your dad. She thought he was the best-looking Razorback ever, too.
Hey, she had good taste.
Yeah. Well, hey, she stuck with my dad. We'll have to make sure and mention that.
Your dad was a handsome devil back in the day. Now,
I don't
and
know
he was the sports voice of Arkansas.
Society going on.
Well, he dressed to the nines, that's for sure.
Well,
he
he
looked dapper, yeah.
He looked great in press boxes back
I
then.
got to tell you that, my dad. Speaking of my dad, he would be proud. He would like coaching this offensive line. Arkansas.
We're talking about Mike Bender, just in case anybody didn't know. That's Brent's,
in case you don't know.
Dad. Yeah.
He would like coaching this bunch, wouldn't he, Clay?
Oh yeah. I mean, he enjoyed and got a bunch of those guys ready for Houston Nuts teams when you're talking about teaching Russ Brown and Brandon Burlsworth, and it's Grant Garrett. Those are all Mike Bender proteges, we'll say.
They were ready to go. Hey, and Kobe Branham, he's going to be right up there by the time his career is over.
Good-looking player.
With Brandon Burlsworth as a guard. And my dad told, this, my dad told your dad, he said, Orville, Brandon Burlsworth's going to be the best guard ever to play here. So if you're getting mentioned in Brandon Burlsworth's realm, you're going to be a pretty good player.
That's in high cotton right there.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you this week I'm excited for this game. When Hugh Freeze walks out of Donald W. Reynolds, he's going to say, well, they're going to come take my keys Sunday morning. So let's just get his keys taken from him.
Sounds like a great idea. I think it's
He'll be on
fob.
the golf course. He'll be on the golf course Monday.
I don't think he actually has keys. It's a fob that's supposed to be attached to the keychain, Brent. But that's probably the thing they'll take from him. Sir, we're going to need your fob, and here's your. Let me just double check this about Freeze because all these
the courtesy
are quite different.
The courtesy car goes away too.
Yeah, give us your fob, and here's your $15.4 million buyout. Good to hear from you, Brent. Thanks very much. Live at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road. You can join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Hey, you got to make sure you protect what matters most. The Fence Man will help you do it with heavy-duty security fencing, powered automatic gates. The Fence Man has you covered across Fort Smith and our listening audience. Fence Man's been serving everybody around us for more than 40 years. Custom built to last, free quotes, and financing for 18 months. Thinking security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. 479-782-3936, thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work. We're back with more halftime, lining up your phone calls, and we'll take those after this break.
How do you keep your voice in such great shape?
This is halftime.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/score for 10% off your first month. This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/score for 10% off your first month.
Green has time, rolling to his left, makes a man miss, still looking into the back of the end zone. The pass is caught. Touchdown, Arkansas.
This is halftime.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
This is Rick Bennett, Director of Fort Smith Animal Haven. For all of our heating, air, and plumbing needs, we dial 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
That's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, and drain cleaning needs and great York Home products. It's just one number you need to know, 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Hardee's invites you to fill your days with a little more handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch biscuits, baked fresh every 15 minutes. Crispy chicken tenders made with hand-breaded care. 100% Angus beef patties, freshly charbroiled, built to order. And warm smiles every day, from sunrise to supper time. Because at Hardee's, there's always goodness in the making. Exclusions may apply by time of day.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Harry Douglas here. Look, being a man doesn't mean skipping self-care. Manscaped makes it easy to feel confident, clean, and ready for anything. Whether you're at work, hitting the gym, traveling for business, or heading for a night out. The Lawnmower Trimmer gives you precision, the Beard Hedger keeps your look tight, and their grooming essentials smell incredible. Manscaped's tools are built to perform, helping you stay sharp, smooth, and feeling your best every single day. Because real confidence starts with a clean cut and the right gear. Get all the Manscaped products you need right now at your local Target.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Yeah, go check up that Def Jam right about now.
Till we'll in the web stop. Turn what I fill my pocket with $1 bill.
Cinnamon got the L out the windowsill. When I get my fill, I'm chilly chill. I hope that comes out on me. It's time to buy ale.
See to eat a pocket meter all the time.
Run out of ale.
It's time to buy wine.
Drinking chicken, eating dress so sly.
I got fresh and hot things that are keeping me hot. Dip town like tea and it ain't no hassle.
Got the ladies on the 80s.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Can't believe that song is over 40 years old. I think it is at 40 years old. Hold it now. Is 40 years old, which means License to Ill is 40 years old too. Yep, there goes the little liver spot in my hand. We're live at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road. Got Hall of Famer Clay Henry with this as well up until this show comes to a conclusion. And a couple people have been on hold, so let's go to the phones. 877-377-6963 is the Lewis Automotive Hotline if you want to get on. Mike and Rogers, you're first up. Hi, Mike. What's up? Mike, you got to turn that radio down. So I'm put you on hold for a quick moment and try Jared from Russellville. Turn the radio down and listen to us. There you go, Jared. Jared, you there?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Great. Thank you, Jared.
Awesome. Hey, I got a quick question for you guys, and then y'all can answer it, and then I have a kind of scenario of what would be best for the program moving forward, if you don't mind. But
sure, go ahead.
Do any of y'all know the relationship, how good the relationship is between our Bobby Petrino and DJ Durkin, by chance, because they were both on the A&M staff when they were there?
I don't know what that relationship is like. No.
Okay, because here's my scenario. I think the best case scenario for us is the program is that the next 2 weeks, Bobby takes care of business and beats the next two opponents in Auburn and Mississippi State, and then we hire him going into the bye week, and he goes out and starts to piece together a good recruiting class, and then obviously if we beat Auburn, I believe that Hugh Freeze is going to be fired. I would be the first. I would think that Bobby would give a phone call if their relationship is good to DJ Durkin, because he's a great defense coordinator. And so that's just kind of a scenario that I thought could work, and I want to hear what y'all think about that.
It's an interesting idea. Durkin makes $2.5 million at Auburn. Arkansas was paying Travis Williams a little under $1.2 million, and then they've bought him out. So if you're going after a coordinator of that caliber who's been a head coach, you're going to need to up the salary And that doesn't just mean for him. That's going to be for the entire assistant coaching staff.
And where do you put your money? So if it's $250,000 for a defensive lineman, you need 8 of them. That's $2 million. Then you got to have a safety. You got to have a couple linebackers. You need a couple corners. I mean, you're going to have to spend at least $8 million of that money. I don't think they spent that much this year, but you're going to have to be closer to 60-40 when it comes to, because you can't be depleted or have this big deficiency in one area, especially if it's the O-line or D-line. You can't win in the SEC. I know Clay talks about that all the time. If you don't have an O-line or D-line that can be competent and compete, you can't win games.
And you got to just look at the difference in the game Saturday night. It was number 9. It was having an edge rusher that Arkansas didn't have. A&M had an edge rusher that you had to account for on every play.
It wasn't that he had such great production, but they had to account for him, and you could see
they ran plays away
that.
from him. They ran plays. They did actions to take him out of plays. They chipped. They did all the things that you have to do against a great edge rusher, and you see it that. If you just go through Arkansas history when they've had it, and I mean I'm Captain Obvious here, and when they've had great edge rushers, then their defense can impact the game, and there'll be a turnover here or there, and it changes what you have to do offensively because you're going to get some easy points. They're not getting anything easy. They're doing it all with their offense. Now, I think that the Petrino-Durkin relationship, I have no clue. So I can't answer the question. But what I do know is if Bobby Petrino is your head coach, you do not have to spend as much for an offensive coordinator. He's the offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. So your quarterback coach or whoever, he's not going to be a $2 million guy. I don't think.
You're relaying the message. You're right.
Yeah. So he's gonna break down film. He's going to do all the things that an offensive coordinator. So you need an offensive coordinator, yes, but he's the guy. I mean, we've seen it before. You know, whether it's Garrett McGee or Paul Petrino might have that title, quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, but Bobby's the offensive coordinator. Even they would tell you that during the day. So maybe that frees up a little money from the big pot that you can spend on a defensive coordinator. I hope so, and I hope that there is a defensive coordinator of that caliber. If not Durkin, someone that moves the needle with recruits and fans.
But then what goes with that? You're not gonna bring in a high-priced, well sought-after defensive coordinator if you're not going to do the same thing with the personnel on that side of the ball.
Well, he'd have to know that. Yeah, he'd have to know. I think that without proper commitment financially to sign players, and I don't think I've said this on the air, and I don't think I've written it, but the defense they have now is a walk-on defense. Now, they got scholarships, but they're not high-paid players like what they're going against. Texas A&M, I'll guarantee you that the salaries or whatever you want to call it, the NIL, the collective money that's given to those players on that defense, significantly more than what Arkansas. And so that's why I say they're like a walk-on defense.
Well, what I'd like to also think, and we'll go to the break here with this, is that we have seen a total makeover of the offensive line, even with two of the guys sticking around from last year, to where that's now a strength of this team, and that was the number one weakness last year. And now what's the number one weakness? Defensive line.
Well,
You've got to change that over.
We lost 2 guys that are playing on Sundays on the D-line from last year. We didn't replace those guys.
You're going to be losing at least 2 offensive linemen too. At least Robinson and Carmona are out of eligibility, so you're going to at least be losing 2 of those. That the whole left side that they like to run off of, you're going to lose that too. We'll break here in a moment, and live at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock on Rawling Road. Remember the Clay Maxey Auto Group with locations in Harrison, Mountain Home, Clinton, and Berryville. ClayMaxeyAutoGroup.com online as well. They feature a personalized car buying experience. They feature competitive, transparent pricing, reliable, consistent repairs from factory-trained technicians, always going beyond the sale. You'll have a seamless, enjoyable, and tailored experience that fits your vehicle needs. Clay Maxey Auto Group asks for the opportunity to maximize your drive today. Back to wrap up hour number 2 of Halftime after this break.
Get up earlier. Yeah, you just start the clock sooner in the morning.
This is Halftime.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
Every long relationship needs a little heat, spark, to keep things exciting. Something bold, unexpected, saucy. Hold on, not that. We're talking about your relationship with crispy chicken, and Taco Bell just spiced it up. 2 crispy chicken strips wrapped in a tortilla dripping with Frank's Red Hot Diablo sauce. Hotter, crunchier. Can you stop it, please? Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for participation which varies. Frank's Red Hot is a registered trademark of the French's Food Company, LLC, and used under license by Taco Bell.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Well, have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next-day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
What I like about you, you hold me tight. Tell me I'm the only one wanna come over tonight. Yeah, always running in my ear. Tell me all the things that I wanna hear, 'cause that's you. That's what I like about you. What I like about you, you really know how to dance. When you go up now, jump around, think about you, romance. Yeah.
Welcome Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Live at Blue Ember Smokehouse on Rawling Road in Little Rock, Zoe is with us. She is the general manager of this outstanding establishment that I'm going to have to get to quite a few times here for any of these various meats that showed up here in front of us. Do you have a favorite one that you've tried yet, Matt?
Ooh, the brisket was really good. I would agree with that jalapeno cheese sausage was good.
So there's their cheese sausages.
It was good.
And then there is this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is the best cheese sausage I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, so
what
that's
do you guys do? What do you put in this?
It's a triple cheese. It is new to our menu. We've only had it for a few months. And so we kind of tested it out as a limited offer on
You're
the
going to
menu.
be keeping that on the menu, I hope.
It's on the menu for sure now. Mm-hmm.
And that turkey was surprisingly, because it was moisture laden.
It was wetted.
A little bit wettish.
Yes.
It was so good. That's a great idea for people that if you've got a lot of people coming in and you don't really have the time to cook, let you guys cook because it's a great bird.
Are you talking about for Thanksgiving, for the
Yes,
holiday?
yes,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
We did, that was probably our best day in sales for the whole year, was the
Yeah.
day before Thanksgiving. Because it really just takes, the energy and the time off your hands so you can really enjoy the
And it's
time with your
quality.
family. And so the day before, come with us and get your food already cooked for you. We send it home with heating instructions so you can really enjoy that holiday with your family and let us take that time off your hands to prepare that Thanksgiving meal.
The rib, I had one rib.
Rib just went right off.
Felt
yeah.
like Chris Rock
It's
there.
all
Just
gone.
want one rib. I sure is hungry.
Yeah.
But it's a dry rub, right? The
Yes.
one that I had was dry rub.
So that is our championship barbecue rub. That is kind of the reason behind this entire company concept. So they had a championship rub in the family, got together and came up with, we got to open up a few locations with this rub and start a barbecue restaurant.
So where do you come in? How long have you been running the Little Rock location?
So we opened in June of 2024, and I've been here the entire time. I actually got hired on a few months before we opened here at this location, and I went to Fort Smith and trained at the home store.
Nice.
Yeah, so I stayed up there for a few months, learned everything because barbecue is definitely new for me. Restaurants weren't, but barbecue was. So
What makes working in the barbecue industry different?
The smokers speak for themselves. You put it in there, you've got those two big smokers that you can see walking into our restaurant through the screen. They do all the work for us. So, we make all of our recipes homemade here, but then you put it in that smoker and it does the job. So, makes it a lot easier for us.
Makes it sound simple.
Yeah, it is.
Well, all you got to do is show up and order and eat, and I'm going to guarantee you anything that you order at Blue Ember Smokehouse you're going to like. Because
Thank
I think we got some of everything here.
Yeah, you did.
We
You
literally
did,
tried some of all the meats they have.
for sure.
So I can tell you straight up that all of it's good. The pork burnt ends, I've had my share of burnt ends over the last few years.
It's like candy.
Yes.
Yeah.
They say it's like meat candy, but then you try it, and you're like, well, it's almost like Nerds gummy clusters. You want to throw some Nerds on these?
Right.
Give that a try.
Yeah, they're coated with our popular kickin' applesauce, so it definitely gives it that
sweetness.
That sweetness.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Now, I'm not a cake guy, but I hear the strawberry cake is really good.
It is good.
If I take a bite of it and like it, then you probably have the best cake in the entire state, because I'm not a
Probably.
cake eater. So I may have to
Exactly.
try that at some point,
We'll
too.
bring it over to the table to give it a try.
See how it works?
Just one. I'm just
Matt
one.
doesn't eat random
yeah,
sugar
just one.
very
Yeah,
often.
yeah.
I try to bring him donuts every once. He won't even.
I throw them at people though. We don't want that in here. We don't-
Yeah, let's not do
yeah.
that.
Zoe, I think I've ordered everything I possibly
What's your
can,
favorite?
so-
What's your favorite thing here? Yeah.
So brisket is definitely the
Yeah,
most
the brisket was
popular.
good, yeah.
We have the lean side and the moist side, and so pulled pork is also my favorite. And when it comes to sides, our best sellers are definitely our homemade baked beans and potato salad.
Do you have a problem with the word moist?
Moist, I do not.
Not at all.
I
would-
probably did before working here.
You can't work in the barbecue
you
industry
can't- yeah.
and have problems with that
And
word.
the turkey, who you got to describe turkey as moist or I don't want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to put it as wettish on the menu. No one's going to order that.
That doesn't sound right.
Not at all. Zoe, thanks for coming on and for
Yeah.
bringing all the food and for having us out today.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming here. We've really enjoyed it so far. So we'd love for you guys to come back anytime.
Well, we will be doing that in just a few months. That's Zoe. She is the general manager of Blue Ember Smokehouse here on Rawling Road in Little Rock. And The one and only Clay Henry returns to the broadcast in a moment. We'll open up the Lewis Automotive Hotline for you, 877-377-6963. Halftime is back right after this.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code UNSPORTSMANLIKE. That's code UNSPORTSMANLIKE. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be into the upper 60s to middle 70s. Later on tonight, mainly clear, low to mid 40s. Wednesday, right back to sunshine, a high near 75. And Thursday, blue sky and sunshine, a high Thursday in the middle to upper 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Tommy's right on this one. Do you feel? Let me ask you this.
Normal around here.
Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect it.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it. We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field. Yeah. People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no mock at halftime.
That's even one Razorback. It's vintage Matt Jones. The Cinderella story is over, man. Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Halftime continues live on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com on a beautiful Tuesday in the capital city of Little Rock, Arkansas, West Little Rock, Rawling Road, at Blue Ember Smokehouse. We got another hour left, and then Ruskin and Zach will take over. I'm Phil Elson. I'm sitting next to Matt Jones. We got C45 Colton Little holding down the studios, and Hall of Famer Clay Henry joining us for this last hour, too. And a big thanks to my good friend Heather Massey, who has brought over some liquid gold, it looks like,
wow,
Matt.
Wow, look at this. Never had this before, but it's all organic American whiskey, aged 3 years. Won the gold medal in the 2022 World Spirits Competition. Get out of here, man.
Heather knows how to please somebody that loves whiskey. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Works at the Warfield Distillery, and we're back during the Travelers days, so that's great. Let's see. Has Tony Vitello taken the San Francisco Giants job yet? I got to get into this with you guys a little bit more today. Clay, I don't know if you and I talked about this too much, but it's just shock. First of all, for the way that story came out on Saturday and how it pervaded through a college football Saturday and really grabbed a lot of people's attention. Now, I don't think there'd be a lot of other stories in college baseball other than this one that could have that kind of power. But I wondered your thoughts on this, and then I've heard an interesting theory coming from someone who's a booster in Tennessee athletics. So let's see what you think about this first, Clay.
It is fascinating, and I mean to think that $3 million is not enough, but the Giants are, I guess, talking about dropping a boatload of money. Now, Tennessee might try to match it. I don't know what you're going to tell me that the booster or someone in the athletic department says, but I'm told by one of their key boosters that I know that there's more money in the tank if that's what it's going to take. That they don't want to lose him.
Don't you think it's just like you kind of, it's the next it's progression,
yeah,
it's the next challenge. I think he's gone.
It's not a dangerous job, and when I say that, he can go to the Giants and do a couple of years, and if it doesn't work out, the next great college job that comes open, he gets. There's no danger because he's not.
It would be Nick Saban with the Dolphins all over again, but for baseball.
LSU to Bama, yeah. Tennessee to Arkansas, all right.
Yeah, no question that as soon as a good college SEC job comes open, then he can return. I mean, and the other part that's unique with Tony Vitello is he's not married. And life on the road might be a ball for him. Whereas if you're a family man, being on the road, you play, if you're good, you play 175 games. You get postseason. So half of those are on the road. I don't think that bothered him at all because he's not a family guy. And I think that the people that discount his ability to flourish in that environment don't know Tony. And I think he'd do well in that environment, and Buster Posey must think the same thing.
Okay, so the competing thought is, I just want to let me put this theory to you out here about the practice that held yesterday for Tennessee baseball and the meeting he had in right field, in which according to quote unquote sources that I saw out there, he's telling them that if I take the job from the Giants, you'll hear it from me. What if he's saying this to them? Hey boys, don't worry about anything you're reading. I'm only doing this so I can get more money to pay you guys in the near and far future. Do you really think I'm crazy enough to leave this place where I am king and go manage in the major leagues? So the theory here comes from a man named John Kaufman, who is a Tennessee booster and a lawyer. And I saw he had about a 10-minute video about this on social media, and I wonder if there's some truth to this. What if this isn't about money to pay Tony? What if this is about two sports on the same campus that are competing for NIL dollars, but it's allocated instead to women's basketball instead of baseball? This lawyer, John Kaufman, pointed out the situation at Arkansas as something that Tony would be more interested in, not to take the job at Arkansas, but these were his words. Baseball gets women's basketball's NIL at Arkansas. They don't get that NIL at Tennessee. Women's basketball means more there. They have the women's basketball. You don't need me to tell you all those reasons. What if this is a power play? Not a power play, but playing 4D chess of threatening to leave unless you get a certain amount of NIL guarantees for your program. The Giants, are they going to pay him $3 million to make this jump? Kaufman's theory also is that Buster Posey is doing Tony Vitello a solid by doing this for him, that they're planning this together. I have trouble believing all the conspiracy theories, but I think this is a very interesting theory. And so if Tony doesn't leave for the Giants, if he stays there, now you've got a stronger program. Not just in terms of the money, but the guy had a dalliance with the major leagues and decided Knoxville was the place to be anyway.
It didn't work out for your boy Dan Hurley. They fell off a cliff last year. So I wonder, and he got more money. I don't know if they got more money to spend, but I think he wouldn't be the first. What I'd say to your point, he wouldn't be the first coach to do that, to get a raise and get more money for his players.
There's no doubt that that's a possibility, and there's also the real possibility that he's about to leave. I mean, we'll have to see it all play out.
Well, I would think those two things would have to go together. You're right. Yeah. If you're going to threaten to leave, well, then if they call your bluff, you got to go.
You have to do it. Yeah. I was interested. Tony is always fascinating to me. Here's a guy that was a pitching coach, but yet he wasn't.
Right.
I mean, Jim Schlossnagle, he coached the pitchers when he was at TCU. Without question, Tony was the recruiter. And then he's at Arkansas. He's the hitting coach, except he didn't have any technical ability to coach hitters. He's never been what I would call, it's kind of like in football. Are you an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator? Well, in baseball, he's been both, but he is a guy that will, I think, flourish in the major leagues because he's going to hire people and let them do their jobs, just like he does with Frank Anderson. And he was his pitching coach and was a longtime head coach at Oklahoma State, and I think is really a good bench guy to have. And then Josh Elander is their hitting coach, and he lets him do his job. I mean, he's not capable of doing either one of their jobs the way they do it.
Well, what he has is there's a force of personality, and even in an industry of personality,
he's a recruiter, he's a motivator. He's he's good at the head game, and every player that I've ever talked to that played for him said that he got the best out of my head. And baseball's a game of failure. Phil, I mean, we've heard it a million times. I mean, a good hitter, Zach Cox was as good as there's ever been, had a .419 season, but he failed over half of the time. And that's the thing about baseball is that there's always something bad right around the corner. There's a streak where you can't get the ball over the plate if you're a pitcher, and you're getting, everything seems to be getting squared up and leaving the park. And it seems like every time you hit a hard ball in baseball, it goes right at somebody for a double play, even though you smoked it at 108. So I think the mental side of it is so important, and I think that's one of the things Tony does really well.
Well, I love being around the cage with Nate Thompson now. It's a different sort of style around the batting cage. Being around Tony around the cage was very much message-based, and it was fun to listen to him because it is that force of personality, which I think is a little bit different in what you think in sometimes for a head coach or a manager, in which you think in tactician and setting tones and everything for the clubhouse. But I think with Tony, his personality is so strong, and we've seen how that Tennessee program has just mirrored itself on him. It'd be tough to see that working in the big leagues, but it could. It might. We got Scott Tabor on the horn here, Clay, one of the all-time greats in Arkansas baseball history. Scott, how you doing?
I'm doing well. You're too kind. Hey, so Clay, I was just listening to you guys, and I was just thinking of a scenario that could really, really play out. Tony Ember was wanting to come back to Arkansas, and they were wanting to come back to Arkansas. If he took the job and went to the Giants, say 2 years, 3 years, until Van Horn is ready to hang it up, it'd be a whole lot easier for Arkansas to say, "Hey, we're hiring this guy from the big leagues," and just say, "Hey, we're having a guy from Tennessee come over." I think that's something that could be really a
Does he
reality.
have to have success at San Francisco, or would that
Don't
matter?
think
Just the
no.
fact that he went
I
to
don't
the big
think so.
leagues?
You know,
Yeah.
success in the big leagues is 500. You know, if you could just get to the playoffs somehow, and then sweep it. Look at the Dodgers.
So
they
it's if there wasn't another viable candidate, maybe that all play out. But the next head coach is going to be Matt Hobbs, and he's there, and I think that's he'd get it before Tony. And you say, well, how can you pass up a guy that won a national championship? Well, he's not viewed as an Arkansas guy by
Right.
many, but I can see what you're saying, but I still believe that it'd be Hobbs over him.
And there's other aspects that I think there's differences between the two, the way that they run their programs, and obviously Tony, is under the Dave Van Horn tree, but I don't think of Tennessee as, in this past year, we saw it up close, the most fundamentally sound team. Like, they're guerrilla ball, throw 108 miles an hour past the batter, hit it, 520 feet over their head.
Yeah.
When I think of Arkansas baseball,
Right.
I think of fundamentally sound teams. So sometimes I think it's just a little bit easy to always expect that Tony's going to be the next coach. I'm not sold that that's going to be the way that it happens. But I do think, Scott, like it would be the Nick Saban deal at the Dolphins all over again. If he doesn't have success in 2
he's
years.
definitely hireable in college.
No,
There's
I will
doubt.
not. I will not be the next LSU baseball coach.
Yeah, I understand. That was just a thought that went through my head. I thought, if they're looking long term on his side and Arkansas side, and Hobbs is fantastic in handling pitchers and things like that. But you're going to have somebody keep the infield and the solidness of the fundamentals. He does that also with the pitchers, but you'll need somebody, and that's what Van Horn does so well, is manage his infield. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Scott, it's always good to hear from you, and you are one of the all-time greats at Arkansas. It's the truth. It's okay.
I just go look in the media guide and just look at all the columns.
Statistically successful. Successful.
Well, the complete games will never be touched.
That's true.
Your record for complete, I was 30-something complete games. I don't know how many.
No,
it
it was just 28.
Just 28. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been 28 complete games pitched at Arkansas
Well,
for 28 years.
Well, you weren't doing the 7 innings. That was Kruger, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He couldn't go more than 7. But I tell you what, if you ever want to look at some statistics to the most successful, look at Steve Kruger's statistics for 2 years coming out of JUCO. He was phenomenal.
Yep,
Absolutely
that's right.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Scott, appreciate you. Thanks for calling up.
All right. You bet.
All right. We'll
Scott's
break up Bill
he's
King in a
my
moment.
insurance guy. He's my shelter insurance guy.
I want to remind you about Walker Brothers. Fall is here. The air is crisp, and if you're heading up to the hill, got a tailgate, watching from the patio, look the part. Walker Brothers has you covered for every moment of game day. Grayson, Curly Tail, Johnny O, Peter Millar, Sunday Red, Roback. They got all the big names in Northwest Arkansas. And you don't just have to order online or wait for shipping. Just walk right in to Walker Brothers' 2 locations in Fayetteville or Rogers. Try it on, walk out, ready to call the Razorbacks. Here's what really sets Walker Brothers apart. They always have you covered, no matter what it is, whether it's a game day or a big night out. Their fall lineup includes brands like Filson, Barbour, Stio, Zegna, and cooler weather. It mixes rugged comfort with refined style. Walker Brothers in Fayetteville and Rogers, and Bowman's in Little Rock, where Razorback fans shop to look their best. Your life, your style, your store. Bill King from Nashville Sports Radio stopping by halftime right after this.
Or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee. Make sure you subscribe to the Hit That Line Podcast Network and listen to the best moments of the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. And Ruskin and Zach. Stay up to date by subscribing to the Bud Light Morning Rush Podcast, the Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast, and the Ruskin and Zach Podcast. Part of the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts or find them on hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app. Powered by Taco Bell. Don't forget to rate, review, and share.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Equipment down? Got a leak? Lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Tailgate season is on, and Monster Energy flavors are bringing the heat. Crack open the wickedly creamy citrus blast of Orange Dreamsicle, or ride the shockingly smooth wave of Electric Blue. Both packed with real sugar, bold flavor, and that legendary monster kick. This is the energy your game day deserves, so grab your can and unleash the beast.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
If it rumbles, roars, or needs a little more power, take it to Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports in Clarksville. From muffler and catalytic converter repair to full custom exhaust systems, they've got you covered. Need welding or mobile welding along with equipment repair? They do that too. Custom fabrication done right. Located at 215 East Taylor Road. For performance, precision, and power, it's Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports. Call today at 479-214-2729 or stop by today.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
I can hardly till I Sally, I go Sally, 'cause I'm hanging in this tree in the hopes that you shall go Sally through shine.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Headed to our Lewis Automotive Hotline. Bill King, Nashville Sports Radio, joining us, the king of college football talk, hosting 6 to 9 Monday through Friday on WNSR. Bill, college football is nuts. I feel like I say that every single week that we have you on. We've got Indiana UCLA is one of the biggest games in the Big Ten. You get game day in Nashville for Vanderbilt and Missouri. Vandy is the real thing. And coaches keep losing their jobs. We're at 6 weeks in a row now.
Well, we have some that are in a lot of peril, like Florida State with Mike Norvell, Luke Fickell. They're getting nervous down at Auburn, somewhat at LSU, even though I don't think we're getting close there yet. There's a bunch of commotion right now in my Middle Tennessee, but let's just say Tennessee. The biggest topic is Tony Vitello.
No
That's
kidding.
what we've been talking about the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the last segment. I mean that, and really the thing that I got into was that there's potentially this could be a basketball, women's basketball versus baseball thing. Like who's getting the NIL dollars? Because that's a little bit of I guess a competing theory as to why Tony may be looking to get to the big leagues. But that's shocking to think about a college baseball story like this emerging in the middle of the first weekend ever that the SEC had 8 games with all 16 teams playing each other.
There's 2 items here. It's not money for him. He's the highest paid along with Jay Johnson in the country. But number one, he and the AD are not kosher. And I don't think they've been kosher. And this latest NIL issue is perhaps a deal breaker. And then number 2, you've been offered a top 10 Major League Baseball job in a situation that would be historic because there's never been a college coach take a managerial job without any Major League Baseball experience at all. On any level, at any time, it's unprecedented. So it's attractive, and you know you're not going to survive. You're going to get fired in a couple of years, and the entire country is going to want you on their campus to be the baseball coach. So he's got the ball, can do anything he wants with it. Now, I'll give you the Tennessee ball nightmare scenario. He leaves, takes the Giants job, gets run in 2-3 years, gets a really good payout, and then Arkansas's waiting on him. That's the nightmare.
I think it would be closer to 7 years with DBH. I think he has more than 2 or 3 years, but I do agree with what you're saying. I want to talk a little SEC football. You got 2 teams that haven't won a game yet. There's 4 teams left in the SEC that haven't won a conference game: Kentucky, Mississippi State, Arkansas, and Auburn. They're going to go at it this Saturday. I think being an early game in what Auburn went through last week with that one with Missouri, that whoever can get to 17 points first might be able to win this game. Arkansas get their first conference win, or does Auburn get their first conference win this Saturday?
I just don't know at this point how much Hugh Freeze has the attention of this team. Because they and I've got a guy that texts me every day on the show from Auburn. He said, we don't know how to win ball games. And it's true. They've had a chance to win every one of their league games, and they're not able to do it. And they come so close, but they can't close the door. I think this is a very ripe game for Arkansas to go and win.
Well, they're going to need to, because we're not sure where the other wins could come from. Although,
and it might be the team that doesn't lose the game. You know, don't turn the ball over. If both teams don't know how to win, well, don't lose it.
Why has Hugh Freeze not been able to figure out Auburn? I mean, their quarterback play has been atrocious from the start.
I don't think this is the same Hugh Freeze. He doesn't look energetic. He doesn't look altogether healthy. I don't think he's got the juice left. I really don't. He's not the same coach he was at Ole Miss when he was a brilliant coordinator. As good an offensive mind out there as I thought for a stretch there, beat Alabama back-to-back years, heyday of Nick Saban. He is not the same guy.
Hey, what's the best job open right now? I tend to think the Florida Gators is the best job that's open right now. Would you think the Penn State job's better? Is there UCLA, Virginia? I mean, how would you rank the best jobs? Give me the top 2 jobs that you think are the best jobs that are open right now.
Now, here's the caveat. The best job, and the caveat is both hire the right guy for the job. The Florida job's better. Mm-hmm. They've got recent national championships. It might be 06 and 08, but compared to most of the country, that's recent, right? Now, Penn State is a wonderful, magnificent job. You can win championships there, too. It's not as good as it was 15, 20, 30 years ago because of the population drain. It's still very fertile. You can still get lots of dudes. We've seen them there, right? Outstanding players, but it's not as good as it once was. So I would say 1A, 1B, Florida, Penn State.
There's a couple teams in the SEC right now that have 2 losses. That's Tennessee, LSU, and Texas. Out of those 3 teams, and you can say none of them, but out of those 3 teams, Tennessee, LSU, and Texas, the teams that have 2 losses, which one of those teams can make or will make the playoff 12 this year?
Probably leaning Texas, and I would pick Tennessee last. I think Tennessee is going to lose a couple more games. Still got to go down to Florida. They still have to host Oklahoma. They go to Kentucky. We know going into Lexington can be a horror film. Just ask Texas. They barely escaped out of there in overtime. And Tennessee still got to play Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's a better team than they are. So I think they're maybe going to go 8-4. So I'd go Texas, LSU, Tennessee in that order to get in. And Texas still has to play Georgia. I mean, there is no easy answer there. Maybe none of them.
Vanderbilt gets Missouri at home, then Texas on the road. I don't think anybody would put
it's going to be such
past
an emotional
Vandy at the moment.
And I think Clay brought this. These kids are very emotional when you're 19, 20, which Vanderbilt's the oldest team in the SEC, so maybe that helps a little bit. How did they ride that wave? They're going to such an emotional game this week if they get past them, Missouri, and then all of a sudden you got to kind of bottle that back up and then re-release it to go on the road to play Texas.
Guys, game day's in town. The last time that happened was 2008. James Franklin wasn't even there then. That's how long ago. That was forever ago, it seems like, almost 20 years. But game day does not come to Nashville. That's not on their calendar year to year. That's going to be interesting. Oh, I think it's probably going to be a high-scoring game, I would think, and Vanderbilt probably wins at home. I don't think Texas is better than Vanderbilt. Now, if you wanted to ask pro scouts who probably has the most potential pros, you would say Texas. But I don't think they're playing better. And they don't have a competitor like Diego Pavia. Diego Pavia is a much better quarterback than Arch Manning, where we sit here today. Arch Manning in Lexington just went 12-27.
Who do you think? Go back to Florida here for a moment. You brought up Franklin. And I guess people assume that he's the number one, the preferred candidate at a lot of spots, but that's what I was going to ask. Who do you think is the preferred candidate at Florida? Is it James Franklin? Is it Lane Kiffin?
It's not even close. It's Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Not even. There's not even a number 2. Now, there is a number 2. I don't think they can get him unless there's something going on behind the scenes that I don't know about. I don't think he could be happier. He's at a place where he's going to be celebrated as a superstar, rock star forever. His entire family, his ex-wife is there. He's got kids. His son is a sophomore at Oxford High School, and he's quarterback there. I don't think this is 10, 20 years ago when 100 times out of 100 you leave Ole Miss because Florida's a much better job, which historically it is. He's got a better program than Florida right now. I don't know that they can get him.
Close out on a thought on the situation at Arkansas, and I guess a lot of us are feeling that the more that other jobs come open, the more that, and a part of it also goes on what you've seen from the team with Bobby Petrino as the head coach, and I guess as long as they can continue to give great effort, and maybe win a game or 2, be close on the others, he very well could end up being the coach. But the thought here is that the more other jobs come open, the more it feels like Petrino may be the head coach here at Arkansas after this season's over.
That's plausible. It makes sense. Now, let me ask you guys. Rhett Lashley is what, a Springdale guy? Is there any what's the thinking there?
See, Red, he was a Shiloh Christian, which right there in Springdale, and Gus Malzahn was his coach. And I think there's some Gus Malzahn tie. I just wonder because I just don't think that Rhett looks at that Arkansas job like maybe a Dow Loggins at App State, maybe an Alex Morkinson at UAB. I just don't think that's something that he covets.
Well, and he's well taken care of. I don't think it's money. And he's got backing when it comes to NIL, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, better. I think it's and this is what we got into a little bit, Bill. Where is it a better chance to make the playoff 12? At Oklahoma State or at Arkansas? At SMU or at I think Oklahoma State, it's easier to actually get into the playoff 12 than it is Arkansas. Same thing at SMU. I think it's easier to make the playoff at SMU than it is Arkansas.
Well, they just did it. So we know that.
I bet Oklahoma. That's what I don't think Oklahoma State's a better job. But I think if you get the right guy there, you can make the playoff 12 easier at Oklahoma State. Before it's going to be a harder road to make it than at Arkansas.
Bill.
Well, it's a high scoring league, but yeah. Hey guys, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. That's Bill King with us every Tuesday here on from Nashville Sports Radio. Want to remind you about Crabtree RV Center in Alma. They've served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for over 3/4 of a century and counting. You'll always get the best RV purchasing experience. You get personalized financing after you get help to choose the right RV. Top-of-the-line parts and service department is right there where you made your purchase. It's Crabtree RV. Even if it's cold outside right now, get indoors at Crabtree RV and get your summer planning started early. I-40 and I-49 Junction in Alma, CrabtreeRV.com. We'll be back in just a moment live at Blue Ember Smokehouse on Rawling Road in Little Rock. This is Halftime.
Is he a senator now, Tuberville?
This is Halftime.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code UNSPORTSMANLIKE. That's code UNSPORTSMANLIKE. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Got a few skeletons in your closet? Want to seal your past criminal charges? Need to clear up some current ones? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Fines and restitution add up. You need an attorney to help you navigate the justice system. But how do you pay for it all? At Mock Legal Solutions, we offer flat fees and payment plans, so you can get back on track without selling a kidney. Now that's a monster of a deal. Call today for a free consultation. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
If you're listening, whoa. Sit back and whoa.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Live at Blue Ember Smokehouse, Rawling Road in Little Rock, where we are in the home stretch of halftime this afternoon, and JT joins us once again. Director of Catering and Social Media for Blue Ember Smokehouse. I didn't realize these two things go together, but they do.
Well, catering's mostly we talked about it earlier, if you go to our website and never put in a catering inquiry or anything like that, that comes to me and I'll be the one to reach out to you. So anything online, really. So social media, catering, any online ordering systems that we have, that's all through me.
I want to get in the weeds a little bit about this. Is this the family feast?
Yeah,
we're calling
holiday
this?
orders. So
this is not just good for Thanksgiving. This is good for Christmas. This is good for basically any big gathering involving people you like.
Yeah, exactly. So right now we are taking our holiday orders up until for Thanksgiving specifically. We will have one going for Christmas as well, but that's right now we're just doing the Thanksgiving one. But it's we do whole turkeys. So if you wanted just like a whole smoked turkey, it's really, really good.
How many days in advance does somebody need to get a hold of you before to be able to get on the list to get?
Yeah, no. So we are closed Thanksgiving Day. Mm-hmm. What we do instead is the day before Thanksgiving. So this year it's November 26th. We will be we'll have a big day, our biggest day of the year. I think Zoe, you're talking with Zoe about as well. But we have just the one day on the 26th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can come pick up either whatever you got. So if you got the whole turkey, if you just got the turkey breast, if you got one of our hams, Any sides
Does
as
it
well.
limit how many per customer? How many could
Not
you
at all.
get? You could get 7 if you wanted.
If
7.
you wanted
Yeah.
7 hams, you can get 7 hams.
Nice.
Well, you got a big party,
It's
huh?
a great. Well, I don't know that. I don't know 7 people, but that's a great deal, especially in the holidays. You got people coming over. You don't really want to cook because it's kind of everything else is so stressful.
Exactly.
Let Blue Ember do it.
We'll take care of it for you. Take that stress out of it. Spend more time with the family. But no, so we got all of the sides, all of the meats. We do in kind of that large quantity. So we usually say a whole turkey, like a whole smoked turkey that we got feeds about 18, 20. One of the turkey breasts about 12 to 14 people. One of the hams also about 18 to 20 people that you're feeding with those. For sides, we do half pans and full pans of our sides. So baked beans, green beans, mac and cheese, potato salad, slaw. Good variety there. Whatever you want to do. One of those, so a half pan of a side. So let's say you got mac and cheese. A half pan of mac and cheese will be enough mac and cheese to feed about 20, 25 people. So it's big old family groups. If you don't want to have to worry about trying to cook for 25 plus or whatever that is, we'll take care of it for you.
I would advise coming out and enjoying a meal here first, and then and then kind of deciding from there.
Absolutely.
This is my first time ever at Blue Ember Smokehouse. It's not going to be my last.
There you go.
I only live 10 minutes away from this location here, so bet you I'm out here in about a week.
I'm 10 minutes from the Fort Smith location. Absolutely. I love it. I love it.
That's right. JT, thanks again for having us out. It's been so much fun, and everything was great. I mean, truly, it was great. We're looking forward to being at more of the locations. It's Blue Ember Smokehouse in Fort Smith, Jonesboro, Texarkana, West Little Rock, Hot Springs, and Rogers. And then who knows after that, because it seems everything here is really incredible.
We've been our first location, Fort Smith, opened in 2021, and it's ended 2025, and we've got 6 locations already. So we're doing really good.
And there's no secret. It's because you have a good product.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly. I realized I didn't answer your question earlier. Last day to order. So 25th is when we do, the 26th is when we're doing the big pickup day. But the last day to order is Friday, November 21st, so the week before. So that Friday before
Make your
Thanksgiving.
plans.
So when it comes for the family feast here, is that also you want to go onto the website for the catering option or make a phone call?
Yeah, you will either call the store, come in store and ask about it, call the store, or even if you just message us on Facebook, we'll take care of you.
Easy enough. Their website is blueembersmokehouse.com. And has everything you need basically right there for you.
Everything's there.
Great stuff, JT. This
Absolutely.
is a delicious food and a great restaurant. The decor is great. Looks great on the outside. The inside, it's not just great food. It's a nice, really great
now,
place
where do
to
we
eat.
go take a nap?
Yeah, right.
Well, wait for about 17 minutes,
Okay,
but I think
fair
you're
enough.
driving home afterwards.
That's
So
true. I got one of those self-driving cars. It's like, drive me home.
my man's going to have to wait for the sun to go down. All right, we'll break here and wrap up the show in a moment with Hall of Famer Clay Henry. I did show up today, perfect in a white polo shirt, great for barbecue stains, right?
Look at that.
Yeah, I didn't wear any of my shirts that I have at Roback, though. I do have a great Roback Arkansas game day shirt. It's got Baum Walker Stadiums all over it. I'll be wearing it during baseball season, that's for sure. Go check out the Arkansas Game Day collection at Roback.com for all the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips with Razorback logos on them. RHOBACK.com. Roback. Get 20% off your first order with Rush25 code at checkout. It's Roback, where action meets comfort. Back in a moment, wrap up the show. This is halftime. All right.
This is halftime.
The Brew Credit. Attention truck enthusiasts, it's Truck Month at Road Chevrolet, and we're revving up the savings. Right now, get behind the wheel of a powerful new Chevy 1500 pickup with interest rates as low as 2.9%. That's right, 2.9% on select new 1500 models. Whether you need a workhorse for the job site or a smooth ride for the family, we've got the perfect truck for you. Don't miss this chance to drive home in America's favorite pickup. Stop in today at Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
Game days just got a whole lot cheesier at Art's Barbecue and Burgers on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Art's legendary smoked brisket cake was back. There's no better game time treat than this house-made queso, loaded with chunks of Art's smoked brisket. And try the sloppy pig, Art's hand-patted burger, topped with pulled pork and smothered in smoked brisket queso. Make your game days cheesy at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, Rogers Avenue, 2 doors east of Lowe's in Fort Smith.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
It's the grand reopening sale at Harry Robinson's, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal. Big savings on 2025 F-150s with $10,000 in savings and special financing at 3.9% for 72 months. Plus, Troy, you're giving away a Cadillac.
Yes, giving away a Cadillac SRX. Come down here and see us, Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford. The grand reopening sales event right now is the time to come by from us. And talking about giving away this car, giving away a Cadillac, all you have to do is go on a test drive and be here the day that we're giving it away. So come and see us. You go on a test drive, your name gets entered in that hat, and hey, new F-150s up to $10,000 off, and you get 72 months at 3.9% financing. So come and see us. Let us save you some money. Let us get you an awesome deal.
Take a test drive and be entered to win a Cadillac here at Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford. Plus, as Troy was telling you, $10,000 in savings and low financing at 3.9% for 72 months. The grand reopening sale. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Flu vaccines, both regular and high dose for seniors, are now available at Law's Drug Store in Fort Smith. Call 452-6116 to schedule your shot appointment. Usually there is no cost when covered by your insurance. Law's Drug has COVID vaccines, RSV vaccines for ages 60 plus. Pneumonia and tetanus shots are also available. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drug Store, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Celebrate your pastor at the Solid Rock this month. October is Pastor Appreciation Month, and to help you celebrate, the Solid Rock is giving you a $5 gift card to give to your pastor with any purchase of $50 or more. And while you're there, be sure to check out the wonderful assortment of items that would make great pastor appreciation gifts. Celebrate Pastor Appreciation Month at the Solid Rock, the store that honors Christ all year long, off South 74th near Sam's Club.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Back to halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend Matt Jones.
And Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us as we wrap up halftime at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock. Guys, this was a post-game interview in the Mariners clubhouse yesterday. Brian Wu, one of the pitchers. In fact, I think he didn't take the loss, but he did allow a couple of runs. This is the sound of agony after that kind of a loss.
Ultimately, do you feel like the legacy of this team is going to be having gone as further than any other team in franchise history?
Legacy is no one's really satisfied or happy with this, I think.
That
was Peter Griffith, a Family Guy in the background.
That's agonizing just to hear.
Man.
Hey, to lose the way they did, where they're up with, they need 7 outs to go, 6 outs. That was the bottom of the 7th when the 3-run homer was hit, right? I mean,
that's right.
So they could smell it. It's the 7th game. They've got the lead. They got the guy that they want to pitch at the end. Everything was sitting pretty nice, and then it wasn't.
They were up 2-0 heading back to Seattle.
Yeah,
that's tough. I mean, they got a great franchise, good manager, young stars. They could always be back next year, but you can never, especially in today's age, where you get 6 teams in the playoffs each side. You don't know if you're going to be that close again. I'm from a franchise, the Pirates, that got that close to and haven't been anywhere close to it since 1992.
Did you hear them talk about Kirby? They said he was the shooting guard on the basketball team. He was the quarterback on the football team. He was a scratch golfer, like shortstop on the baseball team. Like just a phenomenal. Kind of made me think of who Dave Van Horn recruits. You said he recruits shortstops, and then you put them at different positions when they get there.
And sometimes you recruit pitchers that can't pitch, and they end up playing tight end in the NFL.
There you go.
And I've seen one guy do that too. Clay, we ate a lot. Tomorrow, you won't have to listen to any of us eat. It'll be a regular old-fashioned Wednesday, in which I'll be in the home studio and Matt will be in the regular studio. And so, you'll be able to sleep until then?
Oh yeah, I'm okay. And I was prepared for you guys. I smoked a whole chicken Sunday afternoon and some ribs, so I had my 11:30 lunch was a smoked chicken sandwich, big, juicy pieces of chicken breast. So, and juicy is the right word. Don't be throwing moist around.
Oh, come on, it's fun. It's at least fun to say.
Yeah. I'm just saying juicy is the better word.
I think you're right. Probably need to say that better.
In the menu, you can't say this is our most moist item. You say this is the juiciest.
This is the moistest item.
This is the most moisture-laden item.
I don't know if that's a word. Yeah.
I had to remind my son the other day because we went to the state fair. So this is the funnest time I've ever had at state fairs. Like, kid, that's not a word.
It's more funner.
Most fun.
It's more fun, too. So I ate a bunch of fried food then, and now I ate a bunch of meat here today standing next to you.
Is the state fair still out at Barton Coliseum? Is that what it is?
Absolutely, where it's been for all those years. Still laid out the exact same way.
So we
still probably using the same grease to fry all the food from 10 years ago. I mean, the exact same grease.
Yeah, in the 10th grade, 2 of my friends, we parked up by the electric plant, which is on the south side of the railroad tracks, and we crawled underneath the fence to save admission. And we popped out between 2 carny tents, and they grabbed us. They took all our money. The carnies did.
None of them looked frightening this time. They all looked like, they didn't have like small hands or anything. It's,
you didn't see any clowns smoking cigars?
None that weren't behind closed doors. We didn't open those doors.
So you didn't open those doors, yeah.
We didn't open those ones.
You didn't go in the fun house, right?
I had 2 teenagers with me. We weren't doing that.
Okay.
But I came close to getting my daughter on one of the really scary rides until we got up to the front. We were the first. We were going to be the next ones on. It's one of those rides where you're going around and around, spinning upside down. There's different levels of throw-up rides. This one looked like it was about a 3 out of 5 on the Thai spicy scale.
Is that your thing?
I thought it might be, but I also told my daughters, like, look, I'm only going on this if you go on it, so the pressure's on you. We get up to the door, and she chickened out. It was all on her. And she said, you don't love me anymore. I said, well, when did I start? Joking. You can joke with your kids about this kind of stuff.
They're pretty sharp. Yeah, I think they know
she's got a driving
loved
test
or not.
next week to take, right? Or is it in 2 weeks?
No, it's coming up.
Yeah, she's going to get it this one.
It's coming up.
One of your stars Mbappe. He doesn't have he cannot drive a car.
I believe it.
He got one of his prizes for MVP or whatever he did in that
Ballon d'Or,
league. Yeah, was a new car. And they said, well, he can't drive. He doesn't have a license.
That's funny.
He doesn't have a license?
His mom drives him to practice. How about that?
I love it. I love that.
It's like my 9-year-old grandson. Mama drives him to practice too.
He only knows one thing. That's football. That's right.
Let's go put that thing in the garage. He'll be ready for it in a couple of years.
Yeah.
All right, Clay. We'll have you tomorrow. It was fun.
Enjoyed
again,
it. Thank
as
you all
always.
for having
Yes,
me.
you got it. We'll have Clay with us tomorrow. And if you missed anything on halftime today, the Eastside Liquor halftime podcast ready to go in a few minutes, as are Ruskin and Zach live on their show coming up soon. And then tomorrow we'll have Clay Henry and Grant Hall for a Hall of Fame Wednesday. Matt, safe travels. Try not to fall asleep after eating all this great meat at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Little Rock. And for Colton and Christian and Clay and Matt, I'm Phil. That's halftime. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time high.